today, first of all, how are you all? I mean, I always forget to ask this. I become too informal with you guys. I'm so sorry. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Doubt if anybody's going to be awake because past few weeks, for some reason, not a lot of people joined the live stream for some reason, but maybe I offended some people off. So I don't know. Just at least let me know what offends you guys because I don't have a like I do not have the self check criteria in my mind what how I can actually see myself if I'm saying something or if I'm oversaying something. Even if you have some sort of like a disagreement with me, feel free to discuss. So that will be nice. Give me chance to improve or define myself maybe. Either way, I'll try to not be rude, by the way. Yeah, so today's live is going to be about transition and being lonely and transition. Like, is trans life lonely? I think most people are choosing to be lonely nowadays, but like we have out of choice sometimes, and most of the time, kind of we have this like indication that our life can be lonely life, especially when we grow older. So yeah, that's what I'll try to talk about it, unless if you guys ask me the random questions. But I prefer to talk about this as well, guys. It will give you idea if you are thinking about starting your transition or if you are already transitioning, because it will im- apply, in all of our lives. So yeah, that would be nice. Hi Ramen, hi Haya, lovely to see you guys. How are you doing? I'm gonna be eating orange as well because I don't know, for some reason these days I'm feeling hungry. I feel certain appetite for midnight snacks, and at night time I don't want to eat like too heavy food. Normally I right now I feel like I want to eat a cheesecake and I want to eat pasta or something. Very cheesy pasta. I normally don't crave for Italian food. It's not my thing. I don't normally crave for Italian food, but these days all the pasta and linguine and carbonara videos are keep coming on my live streams. Sorry, on my shorts, YouTube shorts, and I can't help but watch it and I feel like I want to eat it. And so the best solution I have thought about, uh, I'll watch those videos while I'll be eating orange or fruit or something. Cheating, right? That's called cheating. At least I can cheat like this, not the other way. Hi Austin, hi Piyush, hi the nature, hi Robert Frankus. How are you guys? Here today. I'm going to. By the way, guys, as you know, I am from Milton Keynes. Tomorrow, I'm going to see my friend in Leeds. So, you know, trying to, trying to. I'm not sure. Should I? It's long travel, by the way. I'm not sure. Anyway, but if I will, I'll make some videos for you guys. You know, because Chandana was really offended that I was not making enough videos for her. So yeah, I'll try. Hi Altro, how are you doing? Hi Leaky Cheeks. I mean, Rusty. See, I remember your name. Rusty. Hi, Rusty. Fine, and how are you, friend? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Tariq Mahmood, hello. Welcome. Yeah, didn't miss much. What eat? Hi, Chandana. What eat? I eat orange. So it's an orange. Don't ask me for all the nitty gritty because some people say, oh, it's Satsuma, oh, it's tangerine, or it's mandarin, or it's blah, blah, blah. So many names for one orange, just orange is orange for me. I know the names, but I can't recognize like which one is which. I think that mandarins are small ones, right? I prefer easy peelers, the small ones. Hmm. Red hair? What do you mean? Hi Noah. Who's right here? Thank you for remembering. Of course, I remember. I mean, I'll try to remember. So I can drink, yes, but I normally don't like to drink because of my health condition. Because I used to be alcoholic, a proper alcoholic. And guys, trust me, when I said alcoholic, I don't mean like, having a pint or two. It wasn't like that. I could finish like 3 bottles in 3 days. 3 bottles of like um I love rum and whiskey. So I could finish a bottle of rum, whiskey, and I love liqueurs. I could finish a bottle of Malibu or Tia Maria or something like that, or Bailey's in just one day or something. I was that type of alcoholic, and empty stomach, without eating anything. And I could drink red wine, glass and glass of red wines, like non-stop. Few bottles within one day. I was that type of alcoholic. And what happened was I damaged my health too much while I was on hormones. I started bleeding from every orifices. Yeah, yeah. I started bleeding from every orifices, and then I was like, "How could that happen? I look after my health. How did that happen?" It happened because I was not looking after my health. I was only looking after my health by not eating much. You know what I mean? Rather than thinking about what the hell am I drinking. So yeah, and then I got to the stage where I felt like, why am I doing this to myself? Well, deep reason was that I was depressed. I was away from my family. I was in a toxic relationship, at least from my side, because yeah, so many things. And I I quit drinking. So now I don't try to drink much. Even socially, I try not to drink. Unless if I really have to, then I'll take a glass and I'll just hang around with just one glass of it. But I rather not even take a risk now. Completely gone off because I know like once I try something, I have no control. I have control issues, so that can be really bad. Mm-hmm. I was bad than Russians because a lot of Russian people who were my friends from my workplace, I could match. I could match their drinking habits. Mm-hmm. I try to take care of myself now. Any tips on what to do about bottom surgery? Like, what's your opinion on it? And tips? I have lost. I'm lost and confused. Oh, don't aren't we all lost and confused, huh? About bottom surgeries. So first of all, Dunkest Gamer. Okay, are you from Germany, by the way? And tell me first, like, are you in line to get bottom surgery, by the way? And if you are, have you spoken with the doctor at all? Like, what type of surgeries they provide? I can guide you on that. Like, what type of surgeries do you would be better for you, depending on your situation. But just give me some details a little bit, then I'll probably be able to tell you about that. So, what type of surgeries are they providing in Germany or in place where you live? Hi, Andrea. Hi, Flavio. I'm not feeling down. I'm very messy right now. Yeah, I'm very messy. That's why I'm wearing the comfy clothes rather than a glamorous clothes or just my typical idiot fashion. You know. Oh no, I always have gray hair. I have a lot of gray hair. Guys, I'm a granny. I have long gray hairs, by the way. I always color my hair dark because my natural hair color is dark. So I color my hair. You can see like I'm getting like gray hair. There, gray. Where else? Like few gray. Yeah, these grays. I always get gray hair. So I color them. Yep, granny. You eating tangerine. God, Robert, don't confuse me, okay? Just orange. Let's pretend it's just orange. Guys, can someone tell me the difference between or mandarin, tangerine, and all that? So difficult. Um, no, not from Germany, and they have all gender surgeries in America. My insurance covers bottom surgery. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go the bottom surgery route or not. But I really want to. Okay, so if you really want to, then I would I would strongly go against. I'm saying, okay, note this word, against penile inversion. It's not worth it. Inversion is like oldest technique they used to do for bottom surgery, and basically you will achieve non-lubricating vagina no matter how doctors are saying what doctors are saying. It will be non-lubricating. You will go through some corrective surgeries and all that, so never go for penile inversion technique. Okay, and then you have two now different techniques, which is either colonplasty, which is like um, it's something to do with colon. So they construct a vagina with colon. Okay, so it's colon sigmoid colonplasty. I think that's what it's called. Sigmoid colonplasty. Um, that is lubricating. That's a very lubricating one. But I heard it from some people like it. They make vaginas which are sometimes too lubricating. Like when you don't need them to lubricate, they lubricate that much as well. So it's like some people saying it's leaky vagina. Do you know what I mean? You don't want that, do you? But then I was seeing on the comment section on some of those videos, they were saying that, oh well, if you had a colonplasty, then you have to use some sort of like antibacterial something inside your new vajayjay. So here I'm calling vagina vajayjay because I don't want to keep calling vagina. So vajayjay, okay, I'll be calling vajayjay. So in your vajayjay, what if you have colonplasty, um, it can sometimes leak or you can have bacterial infection because of the colon thingy, there. And it will create too much. Like a lot of people say it's mucus. That's how it lubricate, and it doesn't sound nice, does it? But it works for some. So many people like it because it's lubricating. They can get feelings and all that. But of course, if it's mucus, obviously, what else can you expect from mucus? Mucus would do what mucus do. So that's what it will lubricate from, mucus, basically. Okay, and then there is another technique which is called peritoneal plasty. Okay, peritoneal plasty is something they take like from your abdomen, which is, and they use it to construct a vagina, vajayjay, and it's semi-lubricant, so it will be lubricating actually, not too much, not too less, but just okay. You can use like extra lube if you are into physical contact or something, even while doing dilation and stuff. Um, but it will be mostly lubricating. So that will be the good one, basically. Uh, with sigmoid, the good thing about sigmoid is that there's nothing. I mean, they're not cutting something from your, especially like your long intestine, which is colon. So, which is a good thing. I mean, I think peritoneal is the much better one. But again, depending on your anatomy, depending on your need, Google it, okay? Google peritoneal plasty, peritoneal vaginoplasty, and see what does it say. And if you really like it, what it says there on Google, research it and then speak to your doctor about it and the effects and side effects as well. Because colonplasty is very safe as well. It's a big surgery. There is a little bit longer process for healing as well because it's too invasive surgery, but the results are good for colonplasty. But the only problem with colonplasty is that the lubrication will not be the kind of lubricate, like especially if a guy is going down on you. I would never recommend a guy going down on someone who has colonplasty because the kind of liquid they'll come across, they don't want to come across that type of liquid. um so I think peritoneal technique will be much better for that sense because it will be uh even the lubrication that will happen through peritoneal, that's not mucus. That's not mucus, and there will be no smell like that at all. Um, so it's much better. It's much cleaner. It's self lubricating, and it will give you a good depth as well. And yeah, it's a good technique, to be honest. But again, don't just take my word for it, guys. Please, okay. I don't want to promote any type of surgeries on anyone because I haven't had any surgery, so I don't think I'm the right person to talk about it. But this is what I was searching for myself, and it's so expensive. That's why I didn't go for it. But that's why I'm telling you guys, if you want to research, then yeah, go for the peritoneal one. But after the research, after the pros and cons, Google it, go on the sites, and not just on one site, so many sites, see the reviews, see what people have peritoneal, and see what's the results are like. Okay. Yes, and then I promise you, that's why I'm going out tomorrow. Okay, chill. I didn't bring politics into it. I'm just saying that's the reason it's harder to get gender affirming care in the US, as the trans community is under scrutiny and our rights are being taken away. I can imagine, like, guys, I was taking it lightly a little bit because I thought I'm not from America, it doesn't apply to me as much, blah blah blah, and I was like, yeah, what harm can it do, right? But then, hmm, I've seen some Americans like nowadays, especially like political situation. There, I don't understand this. It's too extreme. Either way, sometimes when it's woke, it becomes too woke, and when it becomes like conservative or like laid back, sorry, the radical, it becomes too radical. I mean, too conservatives. If there's no midpoint where people can just think sanely, seriously. I was having this debate with a lot of people. I'll come back and talk about that debate. It was more on a video which was a crime in Britain, and people made it a religion issue basically. And I was like, wow. So on one hand, you guys are so much pro religion, a certain religion, and then on other hand, you guys are trying to attack and saying all the people who believe in it, they are blah blah blah. They're wrong in this and that. So the I don't understand the extremism. I think people are losing the the middle ground. They're losing the sight to see the normacy in the situation and decide, because they're either going too far right and too far left. That's what I don't like it. So I do feel sorry for a lot of trans women who are in USA right now, who are struggling with toilet issues, who are struggling with the surgeries and passport issues, and I do deeply feel sorry for you guys. I wish the situation will change, but for that, you guys need to be strong, wait for some time. Bad times, like if good times don't last, then the bad time will not last either. Okay, so elections comes every 5 years, so you will have your own time as well. But until that, hold on tight. Drunkest gamer, I know nobody wants politics to be intruding their lives. Unfortunately, people who either represent us or who either represent the conservatives or the government, either way, these people make it like a you know political issue basically. So I know, and we are the ones who actually suffers. So unfortunately, but as I said, like for the surgery wise, like if you get to a surgery, if you can get insurance and if you actually feel like you can get it, then yeah, research for either peritoneal or either colon. But either way, do your research, like what pros or what cons you find more appealing to you. Okay, go for that one. Hmm, orange is so good. I know, and a lot of people tell me, why don't you talk about politics? Because you will get so many views. I think I will get so many views if I'll just talk about like Trump, or if I'll be talking about, other things in politics, or like some, I've seen some trans people on, especially on YouTube and stuff, like either they're uh, criticizing too many trans people like Lily Tino and other people, or either they are criticizing Trump. It's like people will grab, um, whatever opportunity they can get out of getting the channel and channel famous or views or something. It's so easy to talk about some. Trust me, if you guys are on YouTube and if you want to become famous, just talk about somebody who's very famous, either good or bad. If you're talking about bad about that person, just go radical and you'll become famous. Or if you're talking about too good about something, like too provoke, for example, then yeah, go too provoke and you'll become famous. Either negative publicity or positive publicity, but you'll become famous. But people like me who believe in middle ground, who don't want to support either this and that because both sides are mad, you know, I'm just a human being. I just want to live my life. I see how I see things. Like if I think somebody is doing wrong or right, whether they are part of my community, whether they're part of like somebody else, I'll say what it is. I'm not gonna be supporting nonsense basically. So my type of people will not, I don't think will get ever get famous or will ever get like good views, because less people think alike nowadays. So which is fine, like even if my views are gone down, guys, but I'm happy that at least I have that freedom to talk what I feel like talking, because I used to have channel on TikTok where I reached almost about million followers on TikTok, and my content was very toxic content. I was bashing certain people, and so of course I got a huge following on TikTok at that time, but I wasn't happy. I felt like I'm only doing it for publicity. I was only a cloud chaser. I'm only like doing it for attention. And once I get the taste of it, I felt like no, that's not for me. It's so toxic. That's not how I am, and that doesn't make me happy. Even if it can get me some money, it's not gonna get me any respect from, or even like my own personality. I don't feel like it, so I quit that channel. It's not grapefruit, it's orange. You're welcome. I'm still reading. Sorry. Hi, I'm reading your comment. Okay. Hmm. So you are transitioning from 6 months, your pre-op, and you're saying you have gained some weight, especially on the hip area, and your butt and hip is growing, right? But it's a good thing, right? Do you not like it? You don't want it? Hiya. Well, even if you feel people will look at you, especially if it depends on like where you live and stuff, and it's okay. Get used to it. People look at women like I was struggling with people looking at me and staring me when I used to go out within like 2 or 3 years of my transition, when I started my transition, and it was like it was difficult that time because I was like, okay, so are they looking at me because I'm looking good, or is it because they're clocking me out? I always used to think like that, and it was making me so confused. Like I was trying not to make eye contact. The problem is, the more you will get nervous, the more you will look down and you will not look at them, and the more you'll struggle with the confidence, the more they will look at you and the more easy for them to clock you. Trust me. Girls, I've noticed one thing about girls, okay? They are very confident when it comes to going out and looking. They never like, even if they're in burqa, if they're even if they're like covering, like how Muslim women they cover and stuff, they would never down their stairs. Like they will they'll if somebody's staring at them, they will look back into their eye, trying to make them feel sorry for it. They're not gonna be ashamed. And nowadays women are very strong and very confident. So if you want to pass in society, have that confidence. uh, Women is not like a delicate flower that they used to be before. Some women may be, it's very rare nowadays, but most women have so much confidence. At least they're not going to look down. I mean, most women even don't try to change their way. For example, if you're coming from the same footpath or something, okay, if you half of the time men will change their direction to give them away, but they will never change their direction to give men away. Mm. Women are very confident nowadays. So you need to learn that, and it will come in time. It will come to you. Oh, thank you, Rusty. Okay, hi, Miss Kola. Do a video. Shandana, stop saying it all the time. You keep repeating the comment. I told you, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll make a video tomorrow, and yeah, let's see. I'll go out tomorrow. I'll try to go out tomorrow. I'll do it. I'm not sure if I can do live from outside, depending on my internet speed. If I will have a speedy internet, this is my second orange, by the way. If I have good internet speed, then I will go live. Otherwise, I'll. Hi, Bill. Welcome. Yeah, Robert is saying everyone likes the hips. See, you got mail saying that everybody likes the hip. Um, Track Gaming official. You're from India. Okay, lovely. Bullets Renata. Guys, I don't have that big hips. I have hips, but I don't have that big hips. Especially when I lost some weight. Mm-mm. Hello, friend. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Hiya. Safety, I understand. Like people worry about their safety, but if you really want to worry about your safety, then try not to, take the routes where you come across these type of guys, especially like younger guys. Nonsense. Um, and try not to go out too late at night. That's unsafe. In daytime, they might stare at you. They can't do much because there are so many people around. But at night time, it's not safe at all. Not for women, not for trans, not for even single guys. Nowadays. Kula eating pears. Pears. It's not pears. Guys. Orange. Orange. See? It's orange. What kind of sports do you like to do to be fit and elegant? Elegant, I don't think I think if I wear something elegant, it just comes naturally in me. I don't behave the same way I'm behaving right now. uh, I just fix myself. It's something like with me, like guys, I'm not the type of person who have certain way about me. It depends how I'm being, what I'm wearing, what my mood is. And depending on that, sometimes, I wear something really nice and my mood automatically lifts up and I act accordingly. If I'm wearing very um, ladylike clothes, basically, my whole gestures and my expressions and everything changes accordingly. And I don't try it, it just changes automatically. Um, but when I'm like this, casual like this, I'll be like this. I'll be behaving like this. I'll be very honest and all the candid and stuff. Yeah, so I think I'm not one of those people who are always a ladylike or who are always the, you know, tomboyish and stuff. But my personality changes depending on like what I'm wearing, in what situation I am, and I'm very moody as well. So yeah, it looks good. Hiya. Are you seriously complaining about that? That men try to talk to you and why they're staring at you? I'm sorry, girl. Um, you can say like why somebody's annoying you, but why am I trying to talk to you? Don't we know men by now? Like we've been living in this world from billions of years, at least in the form of fish, in the form of animals, and even then, men never leave, femininity alone because that is something they don't have, so they are attracted to it. So if you have that, if you got it, flaunt it. I know it is annoying sometimes. You don't want to deal with it sometimes. You know, the what's annoying is ask lesbians. There are plenty of lesbians who are clearly into women, and for some reason, men find lesbian more sexier. A lot of men like lesbian, and they like them. You know, they think it's hot to be lesbian. Unfortunately, biological, normal, cisgender, heterosexual women don't find gay men attractive. They might like them as friends, but they don't find them attractive in that sense, in the romantic sense. Like they might be good looking, they can compliment them, but they will not look at them and say, "Wow, I wanna do him," you know. But they can say, "Yeah, it's shame's a guy." But men are the other hand. On the other hand, men would definitely want to rock it, even if it's a lesbian. If it's a pretty lesbian, obviously, you know. Yeah, because for them it's kink. It's hot. It's like mistress. It's like, you know, that. You fell in love with lesbians, sadly. True story. Okay. Oh, bless you. How did it turn out to be? Did you change your mind? It's a dead end, by the way. Um, I'm sorry, ladies, if I have stares once in a while. Robert, you can stare at me. It's okay. It's totally fine. I'll stare right back at you. Anyway, hiya. Am I need to buy loose clothes when you start wearing feminine clothing? I still think my jeans are from male jeans. Yes, of course, you have to buy some clothes. I would suggest, like, depending on your fashion and stuff. Okay, don't buy clothes too early in your transition. By the way, or if you are buying it, but don't buy too much because your body's still changing, and your body shape and your size will change it more within like 2 3 years. It and so the old clothes may not fit you anymore after that. So be careful. Oh, Rusty, don't we have? Well, you have your stories. I have my story. I'm not into women or lesbian or anything, but yes, I do have those type of story. There was one. I've only come across like two lesbians in my life. One was my friend who was a trans lesbian, and the other one was the one where I was working. and she was the one who. So I used to like I was 19 at that time, okay, and I did not transition at that time. I didn't know at that time. I never thought that I would ever transition. I had gender dysphoria, but I never thought I was going to transition. So anyway, I was working in a restaurant that time, and she was a night porter in the same hotel, like in the same hotel, but I was working in the restaurant in that hotel, and she really used to scare me. She was like, I'm not saying she's ugly or anything. No, she was like, she been to jail first of all because she someone, yeah, she someone. That's why she went to jail. So I don't know how she was out, but she was out. Her name was Rose. What a lovely name for someone who's just been to jail and went out after like someone. And yeah, so we had a one staff list that she used to use and I used to use. And whenever she was in the elevator in the lift, I used to go out of that lift. I was like, no, you take it, you go for it, go. I was extra nice with her. Never, no. And obviously, the third lesbian was the turf that who I argued with some time ago. But obviously, that was online. I'm talking about live conversation and knowing someone like in real life. Only two lesbians have. I think it's only two lesbians, unless if. Hmm. Yeah, I think for some reason I figured one thing out. Most trans men I'm talking about, not trans women, I've come across, they're very smart. Compared to trans women, I've seen a lot of trans men who are very smart. Very smart, they're intellectuals, they're smart. There's something about them. Same thing I find in lesbians, like they're smart. Well, not the ones who have I'm not gonna judge anyone. That like most of them I guess. Not all of them, but most of them are smart, I guess. So yeah, Rusty, good for you. So you like strong women then, huh? Hmm. I like guys who like strong women. Noah, if you're talking about Rose, she was 50 back then when I was 19. She was 50-year-old that time. You can imagine how old she is now. I don't know if she is still available or not. And she was very pretty that time. You can't imagine how pretty she could become now. Pretty? Hmm? Not. Well, Altro, if somebody is starting translation secretly because of family, society, whatever, I can say like yes, you can manage secret transition for a while, and but there is a time when your body changes so much that even if you don't tell people, people will ask questions, and even if you try to ignore it, it's difficult to hide your body. It the shape becomes different, and you start thinking differently, you start looking different. Of course, if you don't present much as a woman because you're doing it in a secret, you can get away from people who are outside, maybe you can pretend being like like you cannot, you can choose not to present yourself as female if you want to. It's hard, but you can still do it. But it's difficult to do it at home, especially with your loved ones, with your family and stuff, you know. You can't pretend much with family. So I mean, I live like this at my home. That's it, no more oranges. So I live like this at my home, and no matter how much I like try to hide it, most of the time, like obviously I tie my hair. Most of the time, I tie my hair. I'm not putting lipstick when I'm at home. This is the only thing right now I'm putting it on my face is my lipstick, and so at home I normally don't have lipstick. I'm not wearing the earrings. So without, imagine me without just lipstick and earrings and my hair tied in a ponytail at the back. That's how I live in my home. Okay, I can, again, I cannot look like 100% female like that. Maybe I wouldn't pass maybe as much according to so many people, but I can still not pass as a male. So obviously they can have a clue, and it's a tough life. If you want to live that way, you can, but it's a tough life. I would say, like, if you are stable in your life, once you transition, like after a year or something, then try to move out. Try to move to a different place where you can actually live the way you want, and at least try it. You know, at least try it. But if you can't do that, and if you want to, then have some courage to, speak to the people who are close to you, at least so they may not like you the way you, like, completely go totally as a feminine person, but at the same time they can still, like, tolerate you in a way, like, see how it is. But if you're in a situation which can be dangerous, then definitely try to move out of that situation. Try to find a job that can, where you can afford yourself in a different place away from those people, especially when you're living among those people. I feel sorry. I'm so sorry, Rusty. You told me about that story and I just read it now. Never lose yourself for anyone, guys. Never lose yourself for anyone. That's all I can say to you. Purple dye doesn't suit me as much, especially on my hair. I used to have purple hair in Noah. They never used to suit me much. Hi, Chris Robert. Strong women are okay with me. I'm secure in myself. That's good. I got one friend, he was too into me, and I thought I should tell him about my gender, and I spoke to him and ruined our friendship. He got disappear because he liked me as feminine men, but not as trans women. Hiya, maybe he might be a gay guy. Maybe he's a gay guy. So don't worry about it. Like the first guy who I was dating. I wouldn't say dating. He was more of a friend with benefit basically. I was 21 that time, he was 22, and he did like propose to me to become his girlfriend, his guy friend at that time basically. He was gay, by the way, okay? But he wasn't like a feminine gay. He was like a top straight acting guy. Yeah. He's married now, by the way, but he has kids and stuff. Um so yeah, he liked me. I liked him also, but at that time I was not ready for relationship or anything. So I said no to him at that time. And but I did say, like, oh, let's not talk about relationship. We will just be friends and, We will have our hickeys and all that going on. So yeah, we did it. We were doing it so many times. We were compatible that way. It was a good time. We used to hang around outside in parks, in gay sauna, and so many places. It was fun. But um, at that time, like he proposed me so many times about like going, asking me if I can become his boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever. And he didn't know about my transition thoughts and stuff. At that time, even I did not know much about it. I was still very young, I was a bit feminine looking, so I was fine with that. And so our friendship, this type of friendship, lasted about 2 years. Yeah, 2 years, I think. And then he was a student here in England, and then his visa was about to be getting expired, and he had two options: either to renew his visa, uh, and find a job here and stay here, or either go back to his country, which was Pakistan. He was Pakistani, and he he told me this, and the as soon as he told me this, like he's gonna, because we were together for 2 years, we had a good time. I thought he was a good friend of mine. We can share so much. We were also physically intimate as well. So I was as soon as he said, like, oh, he's thinking of going back to Pakistan after his studies because of his visa. That thing hit on me. Like I felt instantly that what did I do? I missed the golden opportunity. He was a great guy for me. We were so compatible. I could, I can open my mouth and he wouldn't um, get offended. That's my problem with me. Like a lot of people can get offended when I open my mouth most of the time, and that's why I don't want to go into a relationship with people where I have to watch what I'm saying constantly, or where I'm not that I'm sensitive in the other way, but I'm not very sensitive when it comes to opening my mouth. I have to really struggle to keep my mouth shut sometimes and keep my opinions to myself. So a person who's too sensitive, I don't think we can have a good match. Although I respect and I like people who are very sensitive, because I think it's a great quality, but it's that quality is not in me as much. That's why I'm on YouTube, guys. So, and that's why I only have like 7, 8 people watching me. That's it. From like so many people now, I only have like, it will be 5 in few minutes as well. So anyway, that's only because of my mouth, maybe. And yeah, so he was good. We were compatible and all, but the time when I realized that I like we can be in relationship, he was already like he decided to leave at that time. So obviously it was too late for me to even reply or say that yes, let's go into relationship. So we did not go in relationship, and I was really upset when he left finally, and he was upset as well, because he was upset because of my stupidity as well, because I did not tell him earlier that we should, this is what I thought that it could have happened between us, but it did not happen. So we were not in relationship, but we could have had a relationship. We were still in touch when he left UK and he went to Pakistan, and he was contacting me from there, and he said like, I'm thinking like we should meet again, but I can't come back to England, but I can visit somewhere where it's closer to you. Like I can apply in Dubai or something if you want to come and live in Dubai with me. And I was like, at that time I was 21, so I was like, no, that's too much. I mean, it's I can't live in Dubai. I mean, I can live in Dubai, but I don't want to. I had a stable job at that time in England, and I was living with my family, and I had never thought at that time to leave my family and stay away from them. So it was never meant to be after that. But we are still really good friends. I don't talk to him much, but he wished me like on occasions happy birthday or happy Eid or something like that. Yeah, and he told me about his wife and he has kids and stuff, and he still does say sometimes like you were my first love. that's what he said to me, that you were my first love, and I can never forget you in that sense. And we were both very young. He was 22, I was 21. And when people have feeling for the first time for someone, they first time feel something like that for someone, it's hard to forget that person. I was glad that it was him because he had a good character. So I'm really happy. Even though I had my first relationship with my first ex when I turned 26, but he was a friend who became more of something else than a friend, and without realizing it. But like I don't want to confuse you guys, but just want to say, sometimes it's so important to recognize a good opportunity when you are having one, when you're seeing one, because most of the people realize it when the opportunity lost, and it's too late that time. So react. Sometimes it's so essential to react to things and recognize where the opportunity comes. And some people come in your life, you don't know their value while they are with you, but you realize it when they're not with you. So I realized that, yes. Yeah. So why am I telling you this story? So yes, I'm telling you this story is because, yeah, this is why I was telling you this story. So the reason why I was telling you this story, because when I decided I want to transition at the age of 24, I did not start my transition at the age of 24, but I decided that I have to transition at 24 because I was going through so much depression, gender dysphoria, my body was changing and everything. So he was the one who I also spoke to, and he was constantly telling me not to start your transition. Don't do this. You're gonna ruin yourself. How you gonna go out? You're gonna look funny and stuff. Don't do it. Don't ruin yourself. You look perfect. Don't do it. And I felt like, wow. I thought he liked me, uh, but then I realized also that, well, he saw me as a guy, and he was so used to it. Obviously, he doesn't wanna, he can't see me in any other way, because if he was a straight person, he wouldn't be with me at that time. So he wasn't straight. He was either bisexual or he was either gay, whatever he was. But he liked me as a feminine looking guy, basically. And he couldn't see me transitioning because he wasn't into girls at that time. Or I don't know, because he got married later on. But anyway, so he told me no, not to do it. I still I listened to him, but obviously I wasn't going to stop because I had to do what I had to do. So I did my transition. I've been through relationships and all that. And then he was always in touch with me. So when I had a changes, and I changed myself into, initially he was skeptic and I never wanted to show him that, like he was still not very much into it. But once I transition, like when I get to the suitable type, like, because you look androgynous in the first 2 years or something, but when I passed those 2 years, um, and I started looking more and more feminine and passing, basically, and I started like wearing clothes, if you don't just pass, but you also try to figure out your own suitable style, because transition when you do transition, it's not just your body that changes. You have to really reinvent yourself. You really have to find out your style of clothing, your style of jewelry that you want to wear, your style of lipstick color, whatever. Because even if you are like who you are from inside, but you haven't lived your life that way. You haven't had the experience living as a biological woman, basically. And of course, transition doesn't make you biological woman, but I'm saying women have different ways and different ways to think about things most of the time, that their thinking uh, comes from their social experiences. Yeah, how people treat them, how they prefer to go out, whether they're feeling safe in certain situations, or all these things. It comes later. And a lot of gay guys have a really good sense of style and sense of makeup nowadays, and clothes sense and all that. But of course, I wasn't like a campish gay guy. I wasn't. I always was very simple person. Even after transition, I remain that simple person. I'm not very glamorous. I'm not very much into, I still don't buy anything branded. So I do not know much about things. It's not that I'm lacking behind. It's just because I have no interest in knowing about those things and cliches and all that. So I'm very natural in that sense. And anyway, so after like my after my breakup with my first ex, which was in 2018. Yeah, 2018. Sorry, it was in December 2017, and I was still in touch with my first ex-boyfriend after my breakup with him because I left Germany in December or New Year time, uh, in 2000. So it was like ending of 2017 and it was beginning of 2018. Okay, that time. So I left him. I came back to England, and I was still like doing those due diligence where I'm trying to say goodbye to him and stuff because he was not leaving me. He was not ready to leave me. I was scared that, if you find out that I'm trying to leave him, he's gonna kill me or something because he was that dangerous, basically. And that's why I spent so long with him, because I was scared of leaving him, because I tried leaving him before that because of his cheating habits, and he always stopped me. He always was like overpowering on me, basically. And while I was living there, I was really worried for my life, basically, because if I would have told him that I'm gonna leave, he might hurt me or something. So I tried not to leave him while I was with him. So I decided that, I'm gonna go back to England. I'll say to him that, oh, I have to renew my visa or something like that, just any excuse to go back to England, and then from there I'll just cut him off completely and I will never come back to meet him. That's what I did. And so that's how I left him. It was difficult, um, because in I knew that I left him, but I couldn't tell him. Like, I never said to him, "Oh, I'm leaving you." I never did that. What I did was I avoided him. That was not because, oh, I was still in love with him, but I was scared of him. He might come to England and follow me because he know the contact of my family and everyone. So I was like, in my own head, I finished that relationship with him, but I have no guts to talk to him directly and say to him that, oh, we finished. Because so many times when I tried to, hint it that way, he always gets so angry, and he was always telling me he's either gonna, you know, do something bad to himself or either do something bad to me. He was psychotic that way. So I was like, mm-mm, I'm not gonna tell him. I just avoided it. I did not wanted to meet him. I did not wanted to go back to Germany to see him, and I just wanted to stay away from him as far as possible. So I came back to England, and yeah, I just didn't wanted to contact him. But again, once in a while, he was contacting me through Facebook. I eventually, like, I got so much power to, do a less and less contact with him. I was like still sometimes talking, but he knew that, I was being very cordial with him rather than being, girlfriend type. But anyway, and in the meantime, um, I met my second boyfriend, second ex-boyfriend, basically. Um, and when I met my second boyfriend, of course, I was like separated, completely separated from my first ex boyfriend. And it, because I met my second boyfriend in June, and I left my first ex boyfriend at the New Year time. Yeah. So it's been good 6 months, basically. But in those 6 months, because I never said to him directly that, oh, this is over, never contact me again, and all that, because I was so scared, you know, to get hurt, or what if he's gonna hurt my family or something. Um, so I never have guts to tell my first boyfriend, and this is why when I went to relationship with my second boyfriend, I guess he developed trust issues in me. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he thought that I'm cheating on my first boyfriend or something, or maybe I'm still in relationship with him, but I'm still trying to see him, or I don't know what was probably going on in his head. But it's difficult situation, and I can't tell him the same way because guys, for men it's so easy if they want to finish a relationship. Um, Obviously they have to lose some financial stuff. They can get worried about it, and if they're with somebody who's toxic, then yeah, they can get worried about what if that woman tried to blame them for something they haven't done. For example, nowadays people can accuse you of so many things that you have never done. You might have done willingly, but they will say, oh no, he did it unwillingly, things like that. For revenge, what people can do. So yeah, I can imagine men also go through something like that. But with women, it's different because I was more worried about my safety. He was a very strong guy. He punched the wall in front of me, and the punch went very close from my face, from my ears. That was about a fight when we had while I was in Germany, and we were having this argument, and he punched the wall, and the wall had a dent. He was that strong. I would never wanted to mess with him. He broke the door once. It was a glass door with just one punch, and he broke the door, scared the shit out of me. Yeah, he was a strong guy. He was a very strong guy. I was really scared of him. Although he was like just an inch or 2 inch taller than me, maybe. He was like 5'9" and I was 5'7". So almost the same height, but he was very strong. His hands were much bigger than mine. Um, he was broad. He was strong. Anyway, so when just before get entering into the second relationship with my second ex-boyfriend now, I was working in a hotel again, and I got contacted by my friend who who I was talking about, the compatible friend, the one who I used to see when I was 21-year old. So he contacted me and we had a video chat, and he asked me how things are. And I was happy to talk to him because I was going through a situation which was very toxic, which was like where I was trying to completely get rid of this, first ex-boyfriend situation, and thinking about getting into a new relationship and stuff. And so I got a call from him. It's a mess. I got a call from him, and we were talking, and he said he's married at that time, so he wanted to just share this information with me. I congratulated him. We haven't talked as much anyway after that. So yeah, I congratulated him, and he wanted to do video call him, and he did a video call. He was telling me all this, and he really appreciated how I look now. He really thought that I made a good decision about myself. He did. I never asked him like why did he advise me not to do it if he's so happy about it. Like he then said he still fancy me now. I was like, really? So you fancy me as a how I look now? Um, but basically, what he was trying to tell me that he was so used to see me as a guy, and he was so into me as a guy, couldn't imagine me ruining myself and looking like a joke for society and stuff. So that's why he was saying no. But when I showed him how I look, he got fine with that, and he was like, "No, you look perfect the way you are." So yeah, so I got a compliment from him as well. So I would say he's bisexual. Yeah. So that was the moral of the story. Some people, when sometimes they say they're not interested in us because they're not into either men or women, whatever, if it's a choice, never take offense. Just find somebody better. Yeah. Most of the time, people don't want to judge you. People say, "Oh, don't transition. You're gonna ruin yourself," because they don't know. People are scared of the unknown. Sometimes when they might realize it when you actually prove to them, because you are the one. If you, as long as you can tell yourself that you're doing it for the good reason, and you will achieve good results. Even there's no hope for convincing that, but still at the same time, if you can just somehow have that confidence in you and ready to accept yourself, whether you will look much better or worse or whatever, if that is something that you want to go for, if you hang on for a bit, you will eventually get the results, the good results, basically. Uh, Sorry, guys, I missed so many comments. London is an hour and a half away from me where I live, because I live in Milton Keynes, and London is like around around 1.5 hour away in a bus journey. I'm not talking about car, but in a bus or in a, yeah. So, and London, there's so much crime in London. I just don't like London as much. I rather like Manchester. It's the second uh, popular city after London, so I prefer Manchester. Yeah. Um. So Haya is saying that how they should approach people, right? Sorry. So the question is, what's your advice if someone approach you before transition? Should we tell first about our love interest, or first thing like I'm trans? Haya, depending on your situation, depend who you are reaching to, because you need to read the vibe, okay, guys. If you are meeting somebody new, and if you want to talk to somebody, if you're interested in someone, then um, figure out what type of person they are. First, talk about themselves, not about yourself. Talk about them, okay? Talk about them first. Of course, you can give little talking about yourself as well in the meantime while you're talking, because otherwise they'll feel like you're only asking about themselves and being too nosy without revealing yourself. So, yeah, balance it out, but try to get to know that person, like if they are, how hyper they can be, are they safe to be around, what type of person they are. And then if you feel like that you can reveal it to them, then yeah, then definitely reveal it before anything physical, okay, and before even second date. I would rather suggest you, by the way, to out, if you really want to out yourself as a trans person for somebody you're trying to date or something, try to out yourself before meeting them uh, on phone or something, because if they don't like to meet a trans person, that's better that way, because once you meet, you are entirely like, you're leaving yourself in their hands basically, because if now you're telling them that, oh, you're trans, if they like it, that's fine. If they're nervous or not sure, because you're not allowing them time to think how they actually take it, so it can be really abrupt. You don't know how they're going to react. So allow them some time. Just say that you, if before meeting, if you can tell that person, oh, you are trans, then say it politely and try to explain to them, talk to them about it, and allow them some time to reflect on it, whether they want to still meet you or not. I know a lot of us get worried about, like, whether should, if we tell somebody before meeting, they might not give us a chance at all and to get to know us, because sometimes about yourself that when they will meet you, when they will eventually meet you, they will like you, but you are afraid that if you don't tell them in advance, then you will have, like, you will have opportunity to make them fall in love with you basically. But if you tell them that you're trans in advance, you will lose the opportunity to meet them sometimes, because of the prejudgment that, this is how trans people are like, they might not be trans people, all that situation. So I know a lot of risks involved, but at the same time, it is safer to always tell while you're not with that person. Okay, maybe have a first date, maybe. Okay, have a first date. If you don't want to tell somebody, if you want them to get to know you, then have a first date, meet that person if you want to, but meet outside, not somewhere private, because before you start kissing each other, it's better to tell them. So don't go for anything physical, okay? Meet them outside in a coffee shop or in a pub or wherever you want to meet, or even outside anywhere, and then talk to them. Talk to them. Let them know about you apart from the thing that you're trans. Okay, talk to them and all that. Just have a good conversation, a friendly conversation, and when you leave the person, when you guys are seeing off each other, after that, don't get physical until, okay? When you go home, when you go back home, then text them and tell them, I really had a good time with you. There's something I would like to tell you because it was really nice talking to you. I am a trans. Because that time they will know your personality, and then if you're telling you're trans, they can see how you are. If they already like you, then yeah, you have that chance that maybe they like your personality more, so they can still want to see you again, you know. But if you by chance had anything physical with them before even telling them that you are trans, that's wrong, because a lot of people can take it to their ego and they will be like, oh, you tricked me. And that's why a lot of people um, get really annoyed with trans people, especially the passing ones, that they trick them. And that's why a lot of guys say, oh, you tricked me. So don't do things like that. That's silly. It's not right. Either tell them in advance, or either tell them after meeting if you want to, but don't get physical before telling them. Never get physical before telling them. Um, Even before kissing or anything like that, okay? Don't do that until they know. You can meet them, you can talk to them, that's fine, without telling them. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't tell them after having something with them. That's all I can say. It's a common sense, to be honest. And for the safe side, always tell them on the phone rather than right then in front of them, unless if they're saying how open they are about trans things and woke. Have a conversation with them, okay? If they don't know, for example, then you can just have a conversation. Oh, what do you think about woke people? Let them start. What do they think about woke? And if somebody doesn't think like that about woke, like think that woke is like, oh, really bad, liberals are doing this and that, that's the first red flag that you shouldn't be open with that person about yourself, especially while they're in front of you. I'm not saying all the people who do not like woke or who do not like liberal, they will be bad. I'm not saying that. My exes were conservatives and they were fine with that. Like they were still fine with me. So there's nothing wrong with that. But at least don't out yourself that time in front of them. But if, for example, if somebody's saying, oh, they're fine with liberals, they're fine with diversity, they're fine with, LGBTQ and all that, then you might find it easy to come out to them, basically. But have a normal conversation. But don't let somebody trick you, because a lot of people might say, oh, yeah, they're open about it, but I never would date someone. Yeah. So, yeah. I was saying, yes, Haya, that's absolutely right. A lot of men, especially like Asian, Pakistani Indian men, basically, and even the other Asian men, they are too much focused on family and children, basically. Most of the men in in these countries, they marry for just kids, basically. Obviously, you know, ding dong is very important, but kids is the main goal. So a lot of guys, they marry for kids, basically. That's why, because they want to start family, you know. Otherwise they can just live with a girlfriend, or they can live with a hookup or something. But most of the time people are together because they want to have kids together. I can imagine, but again, you guys, don't worry about it. As I said, the topic of this video is again about, oh, being trans is a lonely life. Yes, it is a lonely life, but it's okay. It's okay to be with yourself. You can still get so many people. You don't have to worry about being serious with all the people. You know, you don't have to worry about finding love all the time. If the right person will come to you, and if they want to stay with you, stuck by you, they will stuck by you. And even if the right person will spend like 2 years or 3 years with you, not the whole life, but 2, 3 years with you, but that those 2, 3 years are the golden years of your life, treasure it. It doesn't have to be lifelong. And trust me, no matter how perfect your couple is, once you get old, half of the things are not the same anymore. Okay. It's better to live a small, good relationship years with someone, but those years should be nicer, should be happier years of your life rather than living a long relationship and long relationship life with somebody, but first 2 years are honeymoon period and then it's dead relationship throughout. People stay together because of kids, but half of those people fall out of love within like 2, 3 years of their relationship, and they're just living together because they are family basically. So don't worry if somebody eventually like leave us for kids or something. It's okay. At least the time we spent, that time, make memory of those times. Yeah. So I'm not just saying, oh, do hookups and all that. Of course, we all have emotional needs as well with somebody, but don't worry if somebody choose to go out of the relationship or to go and get married to somebody. But don't find somebody who can actually maintain a good relationship for a while with you or with someone. And eventually, if the right person will come along, your relationship can last so long. Who knows? So I never take the relationship part very seriously. Like, I don't care as much, to be honest. Haya, first of all, Haya, one thing I can tell you, okay? Never put a man before you. I have been in that situation in the situation where I was thinking men has different needs. They are built differently. They are built to spread their seeds, and men has more needs than us and all that. No, don't be selfish. Be a little selfish. What I see in you right now, you are thinking too much from other person's head. Think about yourself for your own head, from your own head. Forget what Trust me, you're too early in your relationship. There will be plenty of men who will be interested in you down the line, okay? Don't worry about that person as much and don't think like, oh, he had to do it. Don't try to understand the situation on his behalf, okay? If if somebody is going out for starting a family and stuff, that's fine, good for him. But at the same time, you don't have to feel, oh, well, or justify his action, because if you want to justify his action to finally leaving you and getting married and have kids, then what you're doing is you're thinking too much about that person and you're just trying to justify it, and you're losing yourself chances to find a great person, because there are plenty of, I'm telling you, there are different type of men, by the way, okay? There are different type of men. There are men who will take you as a mistress, but they can't take you as a wife, and they will emotionally, like, emotionally capture you to think on their behalf. There will be men like that. But then there are other type of men. There are also men available. Trust me, there are men available who who have lived their domestic life, who have had relationships, who have gone through marriages, who have had kids. So they're out of that part. Their kids are growing as well now, and they need a real partner because they feel like now they need a soul connection. There are those men as well available now, and that is the type of men who can be your target. Why am I saying target? But there are those type of men who are available. Figure out who's that man out there. And if you guys are compatible with each other, that's a perfect match for you, because he already have kids. He already has been through relationship or women and stuff. Now he wants a companion and obviously a good bang 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 as well. So figure out that type of man. Okay? And that is gonna be your man. That's gonna be my man if I ever want a man. and plenty of men like that, to be honest. Obviously they will be bit mature, but if you need emotional connection, that will be there. Yeah. And again, there's no guarantee even with them that your relationship can last forever, but make it beautiful until it lasts. That's all I can say. So, yes, trans life can be lonely, but trans life can be very interesting. And loneliness is not that bad because you don't have to be lonely. You can always find someone. You can always have someone around you, you know. And but once you learn to love yourself, once you have a taste of loving your own self, after like few breakups, when you actually find yourself, because we take ourselves for granted, when we are single, we are like, we feel like, oh well, we are single, we have so much freedom, we are, now we're gonna think about our Mr. Right or Miss Right and soulmate and perfect love, perfect partner. That's what we imagine when we are single. Even though we are enjoying the life and everything, we do need a partner, activity partner and all that. But once you go through few relationship and once you go through few breakups, you realize how beautiful it is to be single sometimes, to find your own self, because it allows you the scope for imagination. And that's very important. When you can imagine a perfect life partner, even though you know deep down that there's no one, but that imagination is very important because that motivates you to look after yourself, to maintain yourself. Because a lot of time, let go people let go of themselves in a relationship because they give too much importance to other person than their own self. But once you go out of few relationships, once you have few breakups and stuff, you start finding your own self and you start missing your older self back. You always think about, oh, I used to be like this when I was young and I took it for granted, and I used to have so much freedom, I used to do so many things, I used to go out and all that. I was not stuck in this monotonous life. A lot of people miss it, even the people who are married. Okay, of course they are so thankful that now they have family, they have kids and all that, but if the relationship doesn't work out, that's the part they actually miss the most. And that time they sometimes, some of them lose energy, some of them go lazy and stuff, they don't want to live that life again, but they still want to miss that life. So it's so important to maintain yourself, to to be who you are basically. So having a relationship is not important, trust me. So again, I can find somebody just like this. I can find a partner for relationship as well. Because a lot of women say, "Oh, no, but men would sleep with you, but they'd never want to accept you as a girlfriend." Honey, yes, they will accept me as a girlfriend. Not all of them, but so many of them. And do I want to accept a relationship right now? Am I ready for a relationship? What do you think? Like I'm just lying on the floor and asking people to just walk all over me? No, I'm I have a choice. I'm single by choice. I want to live my life. I want to enjoy my life. And I don't want to be like you girls or you guys who are stuck with somebody with in a loveless relationship. And I'm not saying all of you, but I'm just saying those who are in a loveless relationship and that's what they advise other people. So whether you are in a relationship, whether you are single, the important thing is to find happiness and feeling of content. If you're content with your life, if you're happy with your life, if you're being who you are, you're fine with your life. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, there's nothing bad. Depends what you feel like. And guys, if you're too young, if anybody who's younger, and by young I mean like if you're under 30, okay, you still have a long way to learn, long way to go. You have to go through few breakups and few relationships to really understand what life is all about and what you want from your life basically, because those people who get into relationship at the very early age and their relationship are still like dragging throughout the years and there's no end, most of the time they miss out so much, and those are the people who actually cheat on their partner because they know that the relationship will not finish, but now they're stuck together and they will just have a side chick or something, or chicks basically, or men, whatever. because they always think like, oh, what if my life would be like if I wasn't with him or with her? What would it be like? How much fun would I be having and all that? Yeah, things like that comes in our mind, comes in our brain without thinking. um, but if you lived your life, if you really lived your life, if you've gone through few breakups and few things, then you don't have that uh, you know empty space in your mind where you would be like, what if it would be like, because you know what it was like rather than what it could be or what it would be. You know it that time. You know for sure what you want for yourself because you have been through it. Now there's no scope for a doubt. You only know the certain thing, certainty, that yes, the important thing about life is to accept yourself the way you are, look after yourself. If you find somebody for a relationship, fair enough. Even if it lasts for a year or 2 years, that's fine. We will enjoy our golden time together, we will enjoy our memories together. And when we feel like we are dragging each other, we will say, thank you so much. We can still be friends, but no relationship, unfortunately, because we don't want to ruin each other's life. We want to live life, and I want to give you those memories where you can think happy about myself, happy of the time when you were with me, rather than you know thinking that it was a dead end relationship, basically. So, even if you have a short lived relationship, as long as it's a good relationship, you will remember it forever. And that's the type of memory you need to make, guys. Being fully transitioned and having a wiener, how do you feel about that? Being fully transitioned and having a wiener. I feel great about that. What's wrong with that, guys? Having a first of all, okay, it would have been much better if I would have a, Winnie rather than wiener. Do you know what I mean? With JJ rather than wiener. But if you got it, flaunt it. That's all I can say. So having a wiener doesn't bother me. The only thing that bothers me is tucking. I don't want to tuck. And the other thing which bothers me is my health, basically. And that's why I sometimes think about like surgery. Yeah, few things, and also like sex, basically, because after a while it becomes too weak on hormones. If you're still pre-op on hormones after so long, it becomes a little weaker, you know so you think about surgery, it could be a bit different when you have a right type of surgery. So again, so many things to think about, you know but I feel fine. So far so good. Oh my god, Mehrose Anwar, Haseen Khubsurat Fairy. Really? Oh, thank you. You're so cute. Thank you. Anyway, your advice right before telling give some time each other to know better. Once you have emotional bond before physical, once you build a trust and interest and open up about yourself, point doesn't know. Yes, absolutely, Haya. But at the same time, try to tell, like, depending on the person, like, if the person is like more of a feisty or more of a understanding person, depending on that, either choose to talk to him on the phone about it or either tell him in person. It's up to you. But do whatever makes you feel safer, okay? LJ, I don't want to be sad, stupid, broke, and getting old. Sometimes I feel jealous of the younger ones. LJ, it's totally fine. It's totally fine to sometimes feel like we don't want to age. We want to remain younger. We want to. It's nice to have that zest in you. It is. Because that keeps you motivated to look after yourself. hmm I got to the point until a year or so. I got to the when I had a weight gain. I accepted my life the way it was. I accepted my age, that I'm aging. I am, older now. I have gray hairs, and I totally accept myself. I was like, I don't give a damn about like if somebody find me attractive or not. I was that type of person. I became that type of person who was too content with my looks and with my aging, and I was like, oh, age gracefully and age like a aging is fine. It's a normal prospect. I can't wait to get older. This type of feelings that I had at that time because I accepted too much of my aging. But that thing aged me before my aging. What I realized was, okay, fair enough. It's okay to feel that way about getting older. But at the same time, it's okay to accept your age as well, but that's fine. But at the same time, never stop working on yourself. And that's why I started, like, looking after what I eat, uh, having a walk, you know, being a little bit fitter. And that made me feel good about myself. So what I realized, like, whatever age you become, even if you accepted your age, and even if you want to age gracefully and all that, still try to be fit in that age. Try to look up, try to watch what you eat, try to do some sort of exercise, try to be healthy. You'll feel fresher, you will look attractive. Yeah, don't let go of yourself. Half of us, actually most of us, let go of ourselves because we think, oh, we can't look like a teenager anymore, or we can't look like how we used to look, and we become so sad about it. Of course we can't look like how you we used to look in 18 or in 19, or in our teenage or in 20s, early 20s and stuff. But at the same time, if you look after yourself, if you look after your skincare. I don't look after my skincare, guys. It's very hypocritical of me to say that, but anyway, I at least I do exercise and stuff, so I can talk about that. If you eat right, if you exercise, and if you look after your skin and stuff, then you will you will not still be the younger version of yourself, but you will still look fit for your age, and that's nice. It's nice, guys. It's nice. Okay. AKS. Hi, AKS. Good morning. Sumit. Hi. Scott, Karen, if you have large one, congratulations. Do you want to chop it, or do you want me to donate a knife to you? Okay, Flareon Hagani. Okay, outside a hospital. What? Huh? You talking to somebody else? Flareon Hagani. Fernando's. Look after yourself. Bye. Oh, thank you, Fernando Bustos. Thank you. I was talking, so I didn't read your message earlier on. The laser that you get at home, I think they're not the same type of laser as you get like a professional laser hair treatment, because the type of machines they have for the laser, especially the one I had was VPL for the various skin type, and that has a very high strength. And that machine is, of course, it was painful, but it gets rid of your hair permanently or semi permanently, kind of. At least it reduced to a massive amount your hair. So that really works well. If you get a laser at home, that's the strength is not going to be good. So for example, what it will do basically, it will reduce your hair to grow faster. So your hair will still grow with that, but it will grow on a very time slow time period basically. But it will eventually grow. But if you have like a proper laser treatment from the clinics, laser clinics, the machines they have very strong, they are very strong, and they will get rid of the hair because they will damage the root of the hair, and that's what you need to damage so that the hair doesn't grow again, basically. So once you have those type of hair laser session done, and once you see the obvious results after some time, after few sessions, then you can get a laser IPL for your own house. And because it what it will do, it will just help you maintain that, you know. So yeah. Meros, come on, इतनी तालियां मत करो यार। राज फिल्म का वो गाना है ना, मेरे इतने करीब मत आओ, मैं तुम्हें बर्बाद कर दूंगी। Oh my god, that was funny. Thank you though. Sarkan. Hi Sarkan, you're from Turkey. I got it from the name. Greetings from Istanbul. Oh, Istanbul is lovely. I'm thinking about visiting Istanbul at some point. So closer as well. Anuj, hi, good morning. Okay. So guys, it was long live. It wasn't long live. It's like 1.5 hour only. And what time is it? Oh, it's only half two. Almost half two. Um, Guys, if you haven't liked already the live stream, please like it. Please like it. I've been talking from 1.5 hour. At least I deserve few likes and subscribers. Please do it. From some time, I feel like I'm offending so many people, and I don't know why. I'm genuinely trying to help people, but for some reason I'm still like offending people or something, I guess. Mm-mm. But anyway, so what was the question? Right. So guys, lonely, loneliness, working on yourself, whether you want to find the right partner, even if you give up a hope to find the right partner because your age has passed. I mean, the younger cliche age is past. Every age has a separate type of beauty, and to be honest, nowadays, if you have money, you can you can actually buy people. You can actually get boyfriends and girlfriends if you have money, if you're stable in life, and you will have quite pretty ones. You don't need somebody to seriously, who genuinely will be with you in your thick and thins. There's nobody perfect like that out there, even for straight people, even for younger people. Because when I was young, I used to think like, oh, I'm young, you know, I'm not getting anyone right for me. Why am I not getting anyone right for me? I'm young. And now when I get older, I'm getting more right people than when I used to get when I was young. And my one of my friend, he was telling me that, oh, he's not young anymore. He can't get the right type of people approaching him and all that. I feel like, hang on a minute. I never used to get the right type of people when I was young. It's just a cliche when people think, oh, just because you're young, you're gonna get more right type of people for you. Trust me, a lot of younger people, especially younger people, they go through a lot of toxic people, and they go through a lot of time wasters because now they can, of course, they can find somebody to do hookups with them easily, but it's difficult to find relationship no matter what age you are. Okay, so if you really need a companion, if you really need somebody like that, like a true love kind of almost perfect, then it's harder either way, whether you're young or whether you're old. But of course, it's easier to find hookups when you're younger. And it's easier to find hookups when you're older as long as you're stable in your life, or if you can just charm people with your intelligence and with your personality and with your guts and confidence. And that's the important bit you need to have. Trust me, I never used to go for younger guys when I was young. I always used to be attracted to mature men. because all the younger guys at my age at that time, I realized they were less emotionally mature compared to me, and I used to find stupidity very boring, so I never wanted to entertain them. Now that I have grown like 35-year old, I feel like, and a lot of younger men who approach me, they are the good looking younger men basically. And the type of the younger men who approach me are mainly because they can't find somebody who's smart enough for them at that age. So they are the kind of people who's looking for cougar maybe, not because of my body and stuff, because there are plenty of younger girls who have good body, but maybe because of my experiences, because of my confidence, or because of my personality, maybe, several factors. And I'm talking to few guys currently, um, but I'm not ready for a relationship with any of them. I don't want to have a relationship. I want to have friends with benefits, and that's what I'm thinking about going for. That's a perfect way to have cocktail of guys, basically. Cocktail of guys means like mix of guys. Don't take me wrong, okay, guys? I'm enjoying my life that way. Um, I'm poor, so cannot purchase a nice one. John, a measurer. John, I'm not that rich. Who said I'm rich? If I was rich, I wouldn't be staying in this room and making all my videos from this boring room with a boring background, you know. So yeah, I'm broke, guys. I'm broke right now. But you can still flaunt it, even if you haven't got it. You can flaunt it. Pretend that you are something. Learn to learn to be a fibber, basically. Learn to be confident. A lot of people are interested in people who are confident and who are also genuine with the confidence, who have guts to say what they like on their face. But don't be rude. Just have a confidence doesn't mean to be cocky. Confidence don't mean cocky. I hate cocky people, by the way. Okay, I don't like it. My confidence is not that type of confidence. My confidence is, I'll be honest about myself, and it's so important to be honest about yourself. But people, a lot of time, they're not honest about themselves because they're not confident enough. So I take pride in, you know, being who I am. And if somebody accept me, they like me, fair enough. If they don't like me, fair enough as well. मेरोज आई एम सॉरी काश मैं आप पे बिलीव कर सकती काश मैं आप पे बिलीव कर सकती बट थैंक यू सो मच अगेन शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत ओके आई जस्ट वांट a back oh you want a back rub find a good tree there are so many plenty of good tree I think oak tree is really good for the back rub if you really want to get your back rub go for oak tree and get it rubbed mm-hmm. Haya Khan I really like talking to like I found one friend whom I can talk about on anything which I can talk in real life. I was from childhood, make less friends due to my discomfort with myself. Yes, thank you. Oh, bless you. I think you and I are. I see a lot of similarities in you and I. I think you were going through a situation which I was going through very early, like obviously in my early transition. And trust me, that's what I'm telling you. Once you go through, a lot of times we don't know our strength. Honestly, we don't know our strengths until we go through few mishaps from bad experiences because that makes us a different type of person. For some of us it makes us bitter. For some of us it makes us wiser. For some of us it makes us cautious. So never get bitter, obviously, but be cautious and be wiser. And that will change and that will reflect through your personality and a lot of people will find that very attractive, trust me. When I was younger I was always trying to think, oh, how am I going to make somebody attracted to me in terms of talking, in terms of beauty, in terms of, like I used to talk very cliche so I can attract people and all that. Now I don't give a damn. I just talk with my experience. I just like to get to know other person as well, rather than trying to rehearse myself to make myself appealing to other person. I'd rather like to get to know other person and their hobbies and their likings, investing in themselves, and that's very important. Because when we are younger, we are more worried about ourselves than other person who we are meeting, and we are putting too much pressure on ourselves. Oh, how did I act it in front of him? Why did I talk like that in front of him? What he would be thinking about me, or she would be thinking about me? You know, we think a lot like that. It's always about us. But when you grow older, you don't think like that. You think like, what did he say? Did he just say that? Really? Oh, okay. Oh, he said that. That's very wise. Oh, I like him because he said that. Oh, I like him because he did that gesture. So you, rather than reflecting on yourself too much, you think what other person has done. So that actually, our mentality changes that way when we grow older. So yeah, that really works out sometimes in our favor, because sometimes not scrutinizing yourself too much is a blessing. Do you have several friends? I I have and I haven't, because I don't talk to my friends. I have three gay friends. One of them I cut off completely. Uh, then the other two I was speaking to until some time, but not very often because they were long distance. And then one school friend, who occasionally who contact me very often, but I never pick his calls and stuff. And once in a while, when I'm in the mood to talk, I pick up his calls, and we are fine when we talk. Um, I don't have that many, and yeah, of course, I have my friend Eddie, and yeah, it's fine that way. But again, I recently got back in touch with Eddie. Like we haven't been in touch for a long time. Mm, no, I don't have that many friends, to be honest. No, and to be honest, I'm not that type of person who would really have time for friends at the moment, because I have so much going on. Like my family is my friend basically. So I'm with my family at the moment. I don't give enough time for friends. Like I give you guys more time than any of my friends basically, because I hardly talk to my friends, but I at least I do live stream more often, at least one day or another day, or twice, three times in a week or something, which I don't do to my friends. So I guess you guys are my friend. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay, Mehrose, I believe you. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. Thank you very much. I really feel honored and appreciated. And because you have been on my live stream several times, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. Frank, your beautiful name with beautiful frame. You know it in real life. Oh, thank you, Frank. Is that a question or is it? Uh, oh, thank you. Okay. Hi, Khan. Good, are you getting interest from Istanbul? Let's go and check him. Um, I think Turkish guys are really good. Not bad for the bad purpose. No, Turkish guys are good looking. I haven't ever slept with a Turkish guy basically. Although I was tempted to, but I never slept with a Turkish guy ever. There was one restaurant in Germany which was a Turkish restaurant, and that guy used to try to talk to me, but that time I was with my first ex-boyfriend, and he was obviously dangerous kind of guy. So I couldn't take that risk, obviously, to even talk to a waiter or something. So never. But yeah, Turkish guys are nicer, good looking. I mean, At least not bad for the bad purpose. You know what I mean? Yeah, spy. Nice. Austin. Hi, Austin. How are you? Austin. Oh, you're so nice, you know. I have several boyfriends. I could say I can have several boyfriends. You guys, if any of you are interested in me, you are boy and you are a friend. So boyfriend, isn't it? Amit Tuber. Hi, Amit. I'm good. How are you guys? Okay, it's been a long time. I don't know. Maybe I need to change the time of my live stream because maybe I try to stream on very odd time, so not a lot of people can get the live stream. Maybe. Is this allowed to ask boyfriend here? Boyfriend, guys. All the boyfriends are too far away, right? What's the point of having a boyfriend when the boyfriends are too far away? Boyfriend is nice when the boyfriend is right now in the same bed as I am. That is a nice boyfriend. Oh, thank you, Amit. Yeah, so at the moment, no boyfriend. Of course, there are some guys I'm talking to, and they're very good looking guys, by the way. One of them is 6'3". Good height, really good height. Um, and he's the one who I'm going to be trying to, make him to talk on my live stream with me because I need to ask him something, and that will be fun. Actually, he's really good looking guy. I mean, okay, let's take that word back. Good looking. I'll leave it for you to decide. He's alright, but he's a nice, really nice guy. Actually, really nice guy. Anyone want to miss chance? Miss chance. And don't want to miss chance. Of course, guys, life is all about enjoying. Okay. Hi Cosmos, the Kate. What's my hobby? I like walking. I like I like exercising. I like walking. I like to dance. I think I need to. I don't have a space at the moment. I really would love to have a bigger room where I would have a lot of empty space where I can actually dance. I love dance. I used to love dancing. Unfortunately, I can't because I think dancing is one thing that can keep you fit as well. I wasn't a dancer, but I love dancing to be fit and it makes me feel good. So I wanted to do that, but unfortunately, the room that I have is a very small room. I can't dance well in this room. Amit, yes, after a long time you're on my live stream. Where have you been, by the way, huh? You ditcher? Where have you been? What is your secret hobby? My secret hobby is watching corn. I think that can be my secret hobby. Watching corn. It's not that much of a secret. Guys, you guys know all my secrets, so but that's one thing that a lot of people probably wouldn't know watching corn. Mm-hmm. What if I tell there is a way without space? Huh? There's a way without space? You mean cam or something? No, thank you. Hi, S. Again, what's my hobby? I just said it. Walking, dancing, cooking. I love cooking. Cooking is very therapeutic and medicinal for me. I'm thinking about starting a cooking channel, by the way, guys, because I love cooking and I cook most of the time. And I love my own cooking. Guys, can you imagine like somebody safely saying they love their own cooking? I do. Because I'm a foodie. Okay? I'm a foodie. And if I'm cooking something, I think of a foodie perspective when I'm cooking something. So the taste is really important. Although I'm not a professional chef or something, so again, I can't make very authentic dishes, but actually I can cook something that tastes nice. And I've been told that I cook nice food, unless if I really mess it up. Yeah, cooking is good. Hmm. I like talking to new people as well. That's why I'm on live stream. And of course, I like social media. I like making. I used to like making TikTok as well, but I'm not on TikTok for a while. From a while, it's been a long time. I have not been on TikTok. I should go back on TikTok for some time. It was fun. Sometimes I used to make funny TikToks. I liked it. Normally, I get ignored. Mr. S, you know, I normally don't like to ignore you or ignore anyone out there, but I think I try to read comments if I come across comments, and most of the time I try to read comments that has asked me some sort of question, not the type of question like "How are you? Where are you from?" Blah blah blah. Not this type of question, like a real question, like a conversation question that makes me feel like that. Yeah, this is what I want to talk about. You know, then I love to talk about it. But I never want to ignore people. Guys, if I miss somebody's comment, I do apologize. I don't mean to miss your guys' comments, but when I'm talking, most of the time when I'm talking, I'm not reading at the same time because I want to really think what I'm saying. Um, and that's how I miss so many people's messages sometimes. Einstein used his imagination and used that theory to become more intelligent. Yeah, or maybe famous. Oh, definitely famous. He's intelligent and famous. Can you imagine? Like, I bet there are more people who are very intelligent, but they're not famous. There are certain people who are intelligent and famous. That's different, you know. So it's not only important to be just intelligent or good looking or talented. You got to be famous and all that. Yeah. You would love to watch me cooking. But guys, if I make a cooking channel, for example, if I make a cooking channel, then I will uh yeah, if I make a cooking channel, then I will try to not come in front on the cooking channel because I know a lot of Pakistani people love to watch cooking channels, and I don't want my relatives to figure out that I have a cooking channel, basically. So that's one reason that I probably wouldn't want to come in front while I'm cooking. So I will make recipes and all that, but I will be behind the camera while I'm cooking, and the camera will be on the food or the process of cooking. Um, you're very beautiful from what you inside it. No, no. Hiya, you started transition at the right age. You don't have to worry about it. Right now, you might be thinking like it, but you will pass. You will pass much better. I hope you pass better than me, better than I do, because it, guys, one thing I can tell you, it's not important to be naturally so beautiful, naturally, biologically, like beauty queen and stuff. How you make of yourself, that's very important. That's what you need, basically. Anybody can make themselves look thousand times more beautiful than the person who's naturally born beautiful. Trust me, it is possible. You can make yourself very attractive compared to the person who's born that way, who's born so beautiful and all that. If you have a willpower, if you know the right tricks, if you know how much you can give up for it, and it's not all about I'm not talking, and guys, I'm not talking about cosmetic surgery. I'm just talking about looking after yourself, growing your hair, having a certain type of hairstyle, having a different type of mannerism, dressing up certain way, and all that. You can definitely make yourself thousand times more possible, thousand times more beautiful, and all that. You guys don't try to look like me, because honestly, I'm a bad example for that. I don't look after myself apart from exercising and walking and sometimes thinking about what I'm eating. I had so many chocolates today, so I can't even talk like that, but still, I try to watch out what I eat. So I'm talking about dressing and beauty products. For example, moisturizing creams and anti-aging creams and all that. I don't use any of it. Trust me, guys. I don't. I just use a soap to wash my face and that's it. I should be looking after myself, because you can see my skin is not that glowy or that good. It's alright, but it's not that good. I have to look after myself to look good, I guess. But anybody can look good. I don't know. I can also look good. By the way, I can look good when I want to look good, but it's too much effort, guys. So it is possible for anybody to be possible to look good and all this, but depending on what do you want to do for yourself, how far do you want to go for yourself, but feel inspired to do it. And my thing is, like, I can get away with it because naturally I'm a little bit blessed. Okay, I'm talking about those people who are sometimes in their own eyes, because I bet everybody's beautiful for one person or another person, but it's your own perception of yourself that helps you understand that. So in my own perception, I think naturally I'm fine, that's why I don't do too much effort. I can do so much effort to look good and all that, but that's what I'm saying. So for you, if your perception about yourself is not like a naturally beautiful person, that's what if you think like that about yourself, then work towards it. You can make yourself so beautiful in your own image. What you think about yourself inside, you can make yourself that look that way outside. And I'm not talking about surgeries again. I'm talking about just with the help of exercise, just with the help of right food choices, just with the help of beauty products, makeup, creams, and all that, and dressings, and trust me, you can surprise yourself, to be honest, how good you can look. So there is a beauty in every one of us, and it's not just women, men also, equal rights. Karen Rio, oh, thank you, Karen. Look good now, seriously, guys. Um, Pradeep Kumar, thank you, and thank you, Karen. Shivam, you don't have to look good. Uh, just be pure of heart and kind. These things define humans, not about their looks. Shubham, it does define people to some people, but trust me, 90% of people, let's say, or 99% of people, um, 90% of people, let's say, for the safe side, uh, they go for physical appearance and then the the internal beauty. Of course, the first thing that attracts people is outer beauty, and then they look at the internal beauty. So yeah, I think we have to maintain both of it. We have to. There's like, nah, a lot of people say they don't think about physical look. They only think about inside. Even those people, they don't know there's a certain criteria what they still look for. They may not be looking for so beautiful person from outside, but they will still need somebody who look okay-ish, you know, not somebody who looks not good at all and then very beautiful inside. Half of the people don't think about that. So I guess it's so important for us, for everyone, to look after ourselves. At least try to look good. Okay, try to look after yourself. Try to look good, and be the good person from inside as well. And have a personality, guys. Sometimes it's nice to have a personality, even if your personality is a little bit devilish. It's nice. Can I buy you visa? And yeah, from what type of visa do you need? Right now, I am selling a visa for Wakanda. Do you want to buy one? Do you want to go to Wakanda, Andy? Um, Very no, unfortunately, Melrose. I don't tell my real name, unfortunately. But my name is Kola. That's my name. Yep. Thank you. Visa for Wakanda. Okay. The good visa for Wakanda, Andy, for you is buy a dinghy and go to any like country in a dinghy and just say you're a refugee, and you, if they send you back, just ask them to send you back to Wakanda. That's how you're gonna end up in Wakanda. Oh god. Hey, sorry guys, I don't want to offend anyone, but just hey Godaberry, can I ask you something? Go on, Austin, ask me. Shubham, even cool is more useful than diamond. Sorry, coal is more useful than diamond because it would help us, but diamond doesn't help us to cook food or use other things. Yeah, but it makes us look good sometimes. I would happily buy a diamond actually. I'm actually not a gold person. I would buy a diamond. I love diamond. Hmm. There's something on your forehead. Yes, it's my head and my forehead. Mm. Oh, hey Godaberry, do you watch? Yes, I did say I watch corn. That's what I meant when I said I watch corn. A lot of it. Sometimes a lot of it. At least once a week I watch corn. Yeah. Kola, we are high value women. Never forget that. Who, me? Am I high value? Oh my god. Guys. But thank you, Haya, for thinking like that about me. It feels nicer to hear it that I can be high value woman. Oh god. Never surrender yourself for lower class men. No, I don't. Even though I don't think you have to be a high value woman to do that. I think you just have to be a sane person. That's it. Never surrender yourself with somebody who's not gonna know your worth. Give it to somebody who know your worth, who can appreciate it. That's very important. Whether you're high value or low value, whatever you are. They got managed from women after her. Look. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right. You're right. In that sense, yes. But the high value thing about me, basically, I don't know. I look at it this way. Sometimes, let's not go there, because if I'll talk about it, then I'll share some of my stupid experiences that uh, maybe save it for later. I'll save it for later. Okay, guys. Meadows, yes. I can't say my name because my name is Kola. Well, I'll several reasons. I told them the main reason is just my family. I don't want to upset my family. That's why. Jesse, the way of Foxy. No, I don't watch any of them. I watch amateur ones. Do you? I watch amateur one. I don't watch like these famous stars in the industry. When I watch Corn. I watch the amateur one. I like it when it's in a dodgy alley or it's in a you know docking point, or it's by somebody's mobile camera or secret hidden camera or something. No, not that type of secret hidden camera, like that, like CCTV camera type thing. That one. No, not anything that dodgy. Like I don't like it when it's when somebody don't know about it and they record it. I always report this. I'd never like it and don't like it. And I also I don't like to watch those ones where they say incest. When it's anything to do with incest, I don't like it. That doesn't appeal me. I don't like it. I also don't watch the ones in which woman is making too many noises. I don't like it. Don't know. You don't have to make that many noises. Or when they try to talk sexy, but at the same time they're saying silly things. It makes me laugh rather than feeling the moment. So no, I don't watch that either. I like it passionate. I like it not too rough. I don't like it rough. Not too rough. I mean, I like a lot of foreplay and a lot of, you know, lovely goodies and all that. Often, I'm not sure if I'll be doing live tomorrow, but we'll see. So Shubham asked, what would I tell my past self if I have a chance to talk to my past self? Guys, like yesterday when I was laying in bed, I was thinking like, uh, would I want to change? Like, what would I do, for example, if I go back to 2001 when I was 11-year old in 2001? What would I like? Do I still want to do anything differently about my life? And I actually give it a thought, and I felt like, no, no, I don't think I want to change anything because the things that I wanted to change, they're not in my hand. So I don't know. And what I would tell myself, basically, again, I wouldn't tell anything to myself because I like the thing that I had to experience what I experienced, whether it's the good things, whether it's bad things. Mm, One thing I can tell myself, basically, and it's not a very big thing, by the way. One thing I can tell myself, when I made a YouTube channel in 2016 about my transition, I would tell myself, if I would go back, I would tell myself, don't stop doing videos. Keep doing the videos. Because I was really enjoying it. And the reason why I stopped it because after being manipulated, emotionally manipulated by my father about family respect and everything. Little do I know that the world would change and everybody would become so accepting in few years. And I just got emotionally that much blackmail that time. I had to stop it, and I didn't enjoy it. I should have continued it because I was really enjoying it. I really liked it, and I could have a really genuine following by now if I would have continued it, and I would have a more uh, journey through the internet. So I would have those memories. I would have made more memories, basically. So that's one thing I should have told myself, basically, in the past, that, oh, don't get manipulated like that. Keep doing your videos. And I could also tell myself, basically, so it's not a very far past. I'm talking about, it's like 2016, that type of past when I started my transition. That don't travel to Germany for my ex because he's not gonna be worth it. But again, I shouldn't be telling that to myself in the past, because if I would tell that to myself, then I wouldn't have the important lesson in life that you shouldn't trust men. You shouldn't, and like living in Germany was a good experience on my own. Apart from obviously toxic relationship, the good experience was I was working somewhere else. I was away from the family. It allowed me to be who I am, live as I am, as myself and all that. So I guess I don't want to change it. No, I would still leave it that way. No, no, I'm not gonna change anything. I would just say, like, yeah, if I wouldn't have stopped making YouTube videos, it would have been much better at that time in 2016. Hi, Manchester United. Uh, Man- Andy Cavio. Andy, are you Manchester United? I thought Andy, I thought you were someone else. Are you? Did you change your ID, Manchester United? Okay, if Andy and Manchester United the same person? Seriously? But Manchester United was so nice with me and all that. Um, hey, Berry, doing okay. Career amazing because it's not that easy, but you already have gone through. You're strong enough. You don't need to open up on everything. Some secret needs to be in box. Definitely, lost the key and body have basically dark side of us. Yeah, I like to remain. I like to keep few secrets, and I think I do have them secrets. They're not secrets, but they're just like personal things that I probably wouldn't go in. It's too much, I guess it's too much, too messy. So those things could be too messy to go into details and talk about. Um, but I share what is sometimes necessary, I guess, that can actually help a lot of people, like to go out of toxic relationship to be in toxic relationship, or to have a hope or whatever, to just let them know that this is existing in this world. But yeah, most of the time by telling people that I watch corn, it's not a big deal for me. It's okay, we all do that sometimes. They all know, but by the way, these guys, they all know about this. mm, who are you with? Who am I with? No one. Who are you with, Andy? Okay, hiya. You're welcome, Kolo. Take care of someone. Family. Oh, thank you, Haya. I wish you all the best. Okay, it's been only 6 months. Trust me, you're very young in your transition. So 6 months, nothing. Try to enjoy it because I know it can be depressing. It can be tough time seeing all those changes and overwhelming and worrying about what's gonna happen in future, how you're gonna pass, how people will react to you, and all that. But trust me, this will be fun. Once this is all over, it's not gonna be good. One advice I can give you, guys, if any one of you transitioning or thinking of transitioning, take a picture, take at least one picture of you, or when something comes in your head, okay, when something comes in your head and you think it's very meaningful, record it. Record it. You don't have to post it anywhere. Record it and keep it in your own for your own self. Because down the line, throughout the years, when you will grow older and you want to reflect back on yourself, you can play those clips and really see what type of person you used to be, what you used to think, and all that. These are the memories. Trust me, these are the memories. And that's what I started doing when I started my transition. It wasn't just a picture. It was like I was recording whatever was going in my mind, whatever I was feeling, everything. And that's why I miss doing YouTube like that at that age, because it was a and when I play those recordings, of my older self when I started my transition at that time, um, I think there's so much that has changed in me. I I I like myself at that time now. I never used to like myself at that time. Now I like myself at that time when I'm hearing my own self saying those things at that time. I really want to give myself a hug at that time after hearing all that. So yeah, record yourself, guys. That's very important. You don't have to post it. You don't have to be on social media to do that. A lot of people don't record themselves because they think, oh, we're not gonna be on YouTube. We don't wanna tell the world how we look like or how we are transitioning and all that. I know nobody wants to do that, but keep it safe for your own self. Sometimes, whatever, if anything is useful that is coming in your mind, if there's something you want to talk about, for example, if you're going through some sort of like a problem or something, you think a lot about it. If you have a bad experiences or a date or something like that, anything, record it. Say it and record it. Listen to your own self after a while. Even even after a few days, when you cool down, you will see. You might be embarrassed by it. That's fine if you are embarrassed by it, because sometimes when we are in vulnerable situation, we are embarrassed by it later on. It's okay, but That clip can help you when you grow completely out of it after so many days, when you have become a type of person who's slightly different and all that, especially like me, because the type of person I have become because of my emotional roller coaster at younger age, I become kind of numb. I really become numb sometimes to a situations. You know, I think most things don't hurt me. Yes, there are a few things that can still hurt me, but most things don't. And when I listen to myself, it's a blessing to be able to have that personality, to have that part of yourself which was very warm, which was very touchy. Like you can actually feel it's a human. Otherwise, you become a robot. You don't respond to anything. You put your finger in a hot water. You're not gonna be reacting like I've been burned before. What's different gonna do? So if you have gone through something like that, if you had that sort of personality, treasure it, because you're gonna really miss that personality when you grow older, when you grow number. Mm, thank you, by the way, Haya. Thank you. I know. But Meadows is being nice, right? Meadows is being nice and complimenting and everything. So I really appreciate that. I'm not that type of person who's very sweet type. I do sometimes uh, end up hurting people with my words sometimes because I'm sometimes too cocky, maybe. But deep down, I have so much respect for people who are like that, because I know even I wouldn't try to understand it, but some people genuinely are so sweet, you know. So thank you, Meros. It's okay. Be who you are. Marshall jump. Marshall jump. So I jumped, but I did not do what you were expecting me to. Track gaming official. Hi. If you fight battle, you don't lose. You either win or learn. Absolutely. Our failures also give us so much experience, so much wisdom. Balker, Santu, okay. Ibrahim, hi. Okay. Meros, I live with family, yes. 404 funny. Say hi. Hi, Anand. Anand, okay. Shubham, what advice will you give to 20-year-old? What advice will I give to 20-year-old? In what situation? Like, in what situation should I give that advice to? I think if you are 20-year old, uh, the only advice I can give you is like you have a long life ahead of you. Enjoy your time. That's all I can say. Yeah, enjoy your time. And no, nothing. I wouldn't give you any advice if you're a 20-year old. I think you need to have experiences. Just be, just have fun with your experiences. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your life. Do whatever you're thinking for your future and everything. But remember one thing, by the way, if you're 20-year old, whether you're 20-year old or whether you're too old, uh, remember one thing, it's never late. If you are thinking about doing something good for yourself, it's never late. That's all. That's the only advice I can give you. It's never late. hmm For example, when I was like 21-year old, I thought it was too late to go to university because, or college basically, because I did not complete college at that time because of my education, because of my financial condition. And I thought it's too late. I'll look odd when I'll go to, college or uni and stuff among youngsters, teenagers and stuff. But now, at 35, I'm going to uni. So it's never too late, right? To study, to learn, to be who you are, to do anything for your own benefit. So even for 20-year-old, there are plenty of things that you might end up n- not going for or not doing or not pursuing, especially the career aspect. For example, a lot of 20-year-old choose careers thinking about money, but they don't think about what they actually like doing as well because they think too much of a financial aspect. But sometimes they get too crazy into it and they choose a course that is really difficult for them, and especially when they have no interest, so it becomes even more harder to study. So find a course that is useful, but also you like doing that, not because only it's so beneficial. And of course, don't go for the courses also that are completely meaningless either. But do something that you really enjoy doing as well. Okay. Same thing with a job. Risk. Take risks. David, you're pretty. Thank you, David. Ali Sarmat. Do you have regrets in your life? Do I have regrets in my life? I told you about my YouTube channel. I should have continued the YouTube channel at the age of 26, which I stopped doing it in 2016. So yeah, I should have continued it. But it's not gonna be life regret. It's just a little regret, but not life regret. I don't think I have a life regret. Oh yes, I have I have one or two life regret actually. When I Yeah, no, I'm not going to discuss that. That is something that has nothing to do with my transition. That has nothing to do with my adulthood. I was a kid at that time, and something I did as a kid, uh, which I regret. So I can't talk about it, but I regret that. Yes, there are two things I have done when I was about 7 year old, or yeah, I think I was 7 year old, 7 8 year old. I think I was 7 year old or 7 8 year old, either seven, either eight. There are two things I have done at that age I regret now. Actually, three things I have done when I was 7 year old that I regret. That is the only regret I have. I can No, I can't tell. I'm so embarrassed by those three things. I can't tell. Sorry. Um. Hi Taylor. Hi Korean writing. Thank you. Shubham, if you fight battle, yeah, I come from China. Oh, so it's a Chinese writing. Hi, welcome from China. Ni hao, shen shen, she she. Deepak Kumar, your country, my country. Deepak, how many times you can ask my country, huh? Hi, Kino. How are you today? Between, did you complete your college in the UK? Yes, I have eventually completed my college in UK. So I have obviously I had my college education later on, and I'm on I'm in my uni right now, and my final year of uni will start in October. No, I don't. No, there's no discrimination on campus, to be honest. And do you really think people will take like panga with me? Really, Kino? I'm, yeah. One thing, guys, even when I was young, before transition or after transition, I'm the one who used to take, who used to do a ragging of people rather than people doing ragging of me. I was like other type of person. I have, yeah, I'm a bad person, basically. No, nobody can, no, I'm safe that way. So, no, there's no discrimination or anything now. Nobody can. I think it depends on you, what type of person you are. I think discrimination for me is like I don't give a damn, to be honest, and that's why a lot of people don't mess with me in those situations. So I don't think I have ever been in that situation where I would think that I'm being discriminated. There were a few times when I actually felt I've probably been discriminated when It was about promotion, basically, workplace promotion, but I fought for it. And I've changed several jobs. And when I came back to the same workplace, I had a bigger job than the job that I could have fighting for and not being chosen because of discrimination or something, whatever it was, because of favoritism, basically. But when I came back with a bigger and better position, and I was on top of the guys who got that position. So eventually it worked out better for me. So I would say if you feel like you're being discriminated or something like that, remember this: there are always better opportunities out there. All you have to do is don't try to fight for thing that everybody's fighting for. If you think that if you're gonna stuck yourself with just one goal like that, you will lose so many good opportunities. So think about all the opportunities that you can get, and yeah, and to be honest, never afraid of leaving job. Yeah, I am saying that. I have worked in places for so long, and I've also worked in places where I quickly changed jobs, but it helped me. It helped me in that sense, like I lost my fear of losing job. I lost my fear of like being bullied by bosses, because now I don't have to worry about if I lose job, what am I gonna do? Because I always know how to get a next job, basically. So that gives me confidence, that gives me skills, that gives me experience, and everything works together. And now I'm the kind of person who's very marketable. Like I always can find a job, and I always know how to do a job, and I'm very quick learner, and because of this as well. And it also increased my confidence in so many things. So never be afraid of losing, never be afraid of losing job, or even if somebody's trying to discriminate you, because you can be laughing at that person right there on their face when they're trying to do that. So if something makes you uncomfortable, rather than keeping it in your heart, confront it. Say it. I do that. So I don't keep it to my heart. Like if somebody's doing that, I really want to understand it, why they're doing it. Because half of the time people are doing it because they think you're an alien, because they think you don't feel anything. But the moment you open your mouth and you ask them the question, why are they doing it? What is the purpose? Most of the time people shook back because they're not expecting you to ask them the same question. They're basically they're not ready to get a retaliation from someone. And when you ask them that question, when you genuinely want to get to know, not like, oh, why did you do that to me? Not like that. You're gonna be so, hey, I know they're promote you want to promote them, but what is it in me that you don't like? And if they're being honest with you that no, because they like them more and they're more suitable, ask them what makes them more suitable and not me. Challenge them, annoy them, challenge them. And deep down they will still choose those people, but at least you will not be a substitute. You can either choose to stay in that job, but not too long, okay, guys? Don't work in one place for too long unless if that job is brilliant. Um, Change the job, because when you come back to that job, if you ever want to come back to that job, you will come back on a better position. A lot of people don't get promoted because they're working in one place for so long. When you go and leave that place and go to other place and work in different places, you gain more experience and you get promoted. In some places you get promoted very quickly. So not in that place maybe, but the other place you will get promoted very quickly. And then when you come back to this place, you can apply for a better position. That way you can have better position in the same place. But if you were stuck there, you will not learn other things. You will be afraid, and you will be constantly like thinking, when will be my number to get promoted and all that. So yeah, that's all I can say. This Ibrahim look handsome. Who's Ibrahim? Hmm? I can't see any Ibrahim. Bill Doolittle. Okay, hello, mama. Hello, ma'am. Sorry, not mama. Hello, ma'am. How are you? I'm good, Bill. How are you? You've been on my live stream from like few minutes. Thank you. Saini Pawan, hi. Guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Please do like it and please do subscribe it. Raw Gaming. Hi, Beauty Queen. My crush. Your crush, really? Oh, thank you. Raw Gaming. Thank you, Melrose, again. And look after yourself, Melrose. Bye. Oh, look after yourself, Haya. Thank you. Thank you for being here, by the way, and look after yourself. Loren. Hola, Loren. Raw Gaming. Yes, really, dear. Ned. Hi. Hi, Ned. Haya Khan. Ibrahim Higar ke. Oh, no problem, Haya. Look after yourself, okay? Hi, good morning, Charming. Hi, Ankit. Good morning. Oh my god. Guys, oh, my shirt is torn. So, anyways. And by the way, I'm sorry, I just moved and I realized I'm not wearing bra. So, obviously, if you see something, just shush. Don't mention it. If you won't say anything, I won't say anything. Okay. So, guys, does anybody else have any question? Because only Haya was talking about it, but you guys are, you know, it's not cold at the moment because when it gets colder, yeah, it gets bolder. If God gives you intelligence like Einstein, would you make the world good or make it bad? Um, of course, I would work for. Einstein was good in. He was a maths and science, physics genius, basically. So if I have that type of intelligence, then of course I will work towards this. And I'm against war, so I'm not going to invent another nuclear weapon or something like that. But one thing I would like to invent, and that is to diffuse a nuclear weapon. That is one thing I would like to. If I had a intelligence like Einstein, I would love to make a blocking device that can block the bullets, dodge the bullet, not with the jacket and stuff, that can actually dodge the bullet like a magnet. It will hold them, drop it. And also a weapon that can protect people from hurting each other, a protection thing, and also like something that can diffuse a uh, nuclear plants and stuff. Because you know like a lot of so far, like obviously there was a bomb in America dropped a bomb in Hiroshima in Japan where the nuclear, you know, atomic bomb, it was atomic bomb as well, by the way. But so far we did not have any nuclear war, but um, we have faced some nuclear leakage a lot of times, like in Japan when there was a during the time of tsunami and earthquake. There was a nuclear plant which was leaked and the whole world suffered because of it. So many countries suffered because of it, because of the leakage. And you know, we get so much poisonous gases in the air and everything. So if I have like the the intelligence like Einstein, I would build something that can actually control the environment, do good for society, basically, so that we don't have to. Then people don't have to worry about hurting each other, basically. Um, Shibam, what if I said I would make good infrastructure and remove discrimination? That's good, actually. You can still do that. You don't need a intelligence like Einstein to make good infrastructure and remove discrimination. To be honest, for that, you can just be a good person and get a power, become in a power, like good politicians maybe, and have those laws, and you can actually get it done. So that's achievable. I'm talking about, like, because the question was about Einstein's intelligence, so that's why I was talking about in the light of physics and maths and science genius way. Yeah. Hi, 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 Crikes. Um, yeah. I know in Islamic scriptures, like, people say that it's so bad to change yourself because God has not made you that way. I think we are not changing anything. We are just aligning ourselves with who we are, right? Because changing is like, if we talk about changing, a lot of women do makeup. A lot of men do a different type of fashion nowadays. People are doing all sort of, like, in Pakistan and India, people are so obsessed nowadays with their skin color. They're taking injections to look fairer, and have a nose correction surgery or something like that. That's changing. That's like making yourself more beautiful. Nobody's talking about it, taking it so lightly. But as soon as the trans person's taking hormones to aligning themselves with the God-giving brain that they have, suddenly everybody has a problem. So yeah, a lot of people will judge because they have no understanding of who the other person is. They think it's just it's just a we are doing it because we like doing it, and they think it's so easy to control what you like and what you not like, because half of those people, they don't realize it's not about liking. We don't transition just because we like transitioning. It's not like that. Oh, we like being girl. It's not about liking. It's not the question about liking. Otherwise it could have been a drag. But we we do transition because it's about who we are rather than what we like. There's a difference there. Pradeep, hi. Raw gaming, your country. My country is my country. Did I feel like dodging those questions? Ned, you're one of the beautiful trans women I've had seen. Oh, thank you, Ned. Thank you. You haven't seen that many, by the way. You need to see so many trans women, by the way. Exactly, you said it. Yep, I said it, and you said it too. What power would you have if you had a chance to have it? Yeah, what type of question is that? I don't know. To be honest, guys, healing power, maybe. I think that's one thing. Healing power. Yeah, because a lot of people, especially like in my recent past, I've seen so many people leaving the world, departing the world because of long-term illnesses, and because sometimes they can't afford medical treatment. Sometimes they get diagnosed very late in their life, and there's no cure after that. So many things. If I have a healing power, that would be great. I could just heal people. How wonderful would that be? Guys, I think we're not scared of that. What we are scared of is, like, living with misery, and that, hmm, getting into sick diseases, and especially for some people who are so much needed by so many people. Like, my teacher, for example, she died. She was only like 45 or something, and she died recently because of a cancer that was detected very late, which was diagnosed very late in uh, at fourth stage or something. And just after a few days, when we hear this news, she just died, and she has very little kids, and she was so worried about them. So yeah, healing power. because it's suffer and suffer. Haya, the thing is, I used to ask those questions to God, why this and why that. One thing you need to realize, Haya, it's not God who's giving you tough time. Basically, it's the humanity, it's the society who are saying that, oh, they are the one who are following their religion correctly, and you are the one who's wrong. Basically, it's the people who are judging you. It's not God who's judging you. God never comes down to tell us that they are judging us. And most of the religious books, no matter what it says, when you actually realize what the book is saying, don't just go and take it literally. For example, in Islam, I can only give a reference about that because obviously, my background is Islamic background basically. So in Islam, it was saying I started my transition when I was still like practicing Muslim and stuff. So my therapist asked me this question like, oh, so what give you uh, how come you start transition? Doesn't your religion against it? Isn't it against it? So I said to my therapist, no, it's not. Because in my religion, first of all, it's against homosexuality, and even that is not like in a very correct way. I'll tell you what. But when it comes to trans people, it's what it says in some hadiths and stuff. It says that it's a curse on a woman who act like a man and be like a man, and similar to curse on a man who act like a woman or be like a woman, like wear women clothing and stuff, women garments. So uh, it's not a quote because I'm not saying it the right way, but that's exactly what basically it says. Like men shouldn't dress like women and be like women, and women shouldn't be like men and dress like men. So if you really think about it, okay, so do you think I can still transition if I wear the manly clothing, and if I try not to act like a man? What do you think? I can still transition? And when I think about it, I think I used to transition, I used to act the same way as a guy as I am talking right now. I am mostly wearing the same type of clothes. For example, I'm still wearing the same shirt and same trouser that I used to wear as a guy. Okay, and it's from men's section, guys. So what am I doing that is wrong? So then I realized it's not about men or women. It's about, first of all, I'm not a man. From inside, I'm not man. And that's what a lot of people forget because they judge men by that. They judge men by that. They don't think that men can be also your brain of a man. You know, um, this is like a 99% of man, and rest is maybe 1% of a man that I am, that anybody can be. Same thing with women. Women is like 99% of women is up here, and 1% of women is just your body. Yeah, you can donate your brain if there is a technology in future. You can donate your brain and fit it uh, in a robot, AI robot, and that robot will be a female robot or male robot according to the brain. But the body is not what should dictate you. It's your brain. If and in I've seen this film. I think is it was it called Mechanica or something, where they actually have transplanted uh, a female brain to a AI robot, and it was like a obviously robot. It was a genderless robot basically, but in a female maybe shape or something. But imagine like if they put the female brain in the manly looking robot, would that become a man or a woman? And that is very possible in near future, by the way, guys. That is. So body is like only 1% of you. 99% of it is brain. And if my brain was always telling me I am a who I am. I don't like to use that word because a lot of females and women probably would get offended by this, but I can't explain it. That's how I used to think about myself. That's how I am, and I'm not like trying to think like that. This is what I always know about myself. My self awareness was this. So yeah, that was me. And if I have that, then how can I call myself man? Even if I don't transition, how can I call myself that? I may not be calling myself biological woman because obviously I wasn't born a biological woman. But imagine if my brain is transmitted to a AI robot who's looking like a woman, what would you call that robot? Would you call that a woman or man? Even if that robot can have a girly voice, which I don't have right now, and everything womanly about that robot and my brain, would you still call it a man or a woman? If you call that robot a man, then you are proving yourself that it's the brain who makes us who we are. And if you're saying that it's the body that you have that time, then you're not giving any value to the brain. Tough thing, isn't it? I'm religious and nobody can take me out of this के ऐसा करते हैं तो religious well never say yeah. So don't believe. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right. Don't let people dictate who you are. Don't be depressed because of it. uh, as long as you have a good relationship with your religion, that's fine. No matter what religion you guys have. Okay, I'm not a very religious person. I'm not a religious person at all, so I can't talk on behalf of the people, but I really respect people who have certain beliefs, who have religion, and who are peaceful people, regardless of following whatever religion you guys follow. If you are peaceful, if you really care for humanity, that's very important for me, and that's what I appreciate in people. I don't have any problem that oh, you don't have your religion's this, your religion is that, this and that. I am never that type of person. I always respect all the religions and people, and there, like, obviously there are some good and bad things in different religions, but I'm not gonna go to in that nitty gritty. I think most people are very peaceful. They want to just live among like a humans, normal human being with each other, and I respect that. And if somebody is being nasty and negative, then they are the wrong people, and they should be punished accordingly if they have done something wrong. That's all I believe in. Would you move to another country if you found the right man? What is the right man, guys? Define it. Define the right man. What would be my right man? I can move to a different country if I have a suitable job in that country or if I have a money in that country. Not just only because of guy. No. If I have a good life in that country, I will move. Yeah. Whether that life is being single or whether that life is with a good man. Either way, I'll move. If I have a good life in that country. Lifestyle. But only for the right man without thinking anything else? No, because I have so many responsibility on my shoulders, on my head. Programmer, hello, Avidut. How are you doing? By the way, Avidut, why did you have a devil emoji? That makes sense and smart move. Thank you. Right man will who not remind us. Oh, okay, Haya. Okay, well, I lost my gullibility. I'm not that gullible at the moment, so I'm not gonna have any comment on that about true love and unconditional love. I think, in my experience, unconditional love is either by God, if you believe in God, or by your parents, if you have a really good relationship with your parents, which I have. And I think my mother love, my father loves, it's very unconditional. and I truly respect them and love them equally. Raw and gaming. Oh, thank you, Raw and gaming. Oh, love you guys. Yep, no labeling, no labeling. Ignore the devil emoji. Otherwise, wait a second. Oh no, I was just curious and I was asking about it. Why do you have it? Like I don't mind having a devil emoji. I'm just curious because you sound very sweet person. So how come you have a devil emoji? Hmm? You don't have to remove it. And namaste, by the way. I forgot to say namaste to you. Thank you, huge shipper. Okay, 91. 91. So you are 34-year-old, or you're almost going to be 34-year-old. Okay. Haya Khan. Okay. Did I miss anyone's message? A good message I'm talking about. A good comment. Thank you, Red Panda. Panda. Oh, thank you. Guys, you guys, after talking to all of you, it made me hungry. And I shouldn't be eating at this time. And I don't want to have another orange. It's making my stomach upset. Too much citrus. Good. You're a year younger than me, by the way. But then it's a business, not religion relationship. I think I'll lose my hope too. No, it's not about business. Haya, look, this world, unconditional. I think we don't find unconditional love. Basically, what happens is like if you feel about, if you're a very emotional person and stuff, and if you fall in relationship with someone, it can develop into a love where people start caring about you so much that becomes unconditional. Because when people start becoming caring about you unconditionally, that's what unconditional love is basically. Love without care, with just the compatibility, is not alone the guarantee of unconditional love. Because when there is only a compatibility but not as much care, then it's just like bodily love basically. Because it's compatible, it's bodily, still bodily. Once it becomes caring, your body can change, your body can rot, whatever, but that care and that type of love will be there. So that's maybe unconditional when you are for each other, kind of. And it's rare to find that. I've never seen that. I wish you good luck, but I've never seen that. Especially with in a men and women type love. I've seen many people are still with their partners after certain thing happened to them, but most of the time, no, no. Most of the time, people are not together. Guys, if you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Okay, do Kola, how do you navigate the dating scene? Like, how do you differentiate a chaser versus someone who is just looking to explore? So, basically, what I do is I speak to people, I talk to people, and before meeting, I prefer to talk to them on a video call. because that gives me the pictures are not fake. That also tells me that we can talk and we can have a little bit, something to chat about rather than just the picture and the text message. And how do I differentiate a chaser? Because I don't have any problem with the chaser, first of all, because I'm not looking for a boyfriend. Like if I make a dating site, and if I, which I have made, and in my dating site, I did say friends with benefit, and yeah, friends with benefit basically, and friends. So the people who approach me, obviously, just because I said that, they are more open about, you know, friend with benefit situation, so they don't have to hide anything. And then I say to them, like, what do you think about what is friend with benefit? And trust me, the one thing that you can find easily, that is, as soon as somebody say, like, when you talk to them and they say, oh, do you have a accommodation, or do you want to come to mine, or I think the first green flag that I look for in a man, if he's willing to meet in socially, if he's willing to meet socially, that's one green flag I have. And I take one step at a time, because chances are, if you're meeting somebody at their place or your place, it's gonna go down to bed. Even I don't have that much self control, it will go down to bed. I don't mind going down to bed in first date. I'm needy, so I can go down to bed. I don't mind that. But I still like to have a. I would still like to know a person before I actually go down to bed with that person. Otherwise, I would feel like I'm a hookup queen, basically. Because if you talk to a person, if you meet them socially away from your place or their place, then you know that you can build that rapport where you feel like, oh, now I want to have you, but I can't have you because we are in this place where people are around us. And if you still, like, after talking, if you still feeling like you want to see each other more, even by the end of the night you can still end up sleeping with each other. It doesn't matter. I don't judge it that way. But I would still prefer to meet, like, outside without any other plan that, oh, we have to have physical intimacy. That's one red flag I have. I think that's how I recognize chaser, because chaser would never agree with just the meeting. So if I would say, oh, I'm meeting in a social place, let's meet, uh, there's no guarantee about, that we will end up having that. And if somebody's okay with that, I'll end up meeting that person on the social occasion. We'll have a drink and chat, and if the feeling is mutual by both of us, that we want to go forward and become intimate, then maybe in his car or my car, or his house or my house, doesn't matter, or toilet, whatever. That doesn't matter, because at least I'm attracted to that person and I enjoy talking to that person. But if it's just like, oh, let's meet, mm, and then all sexual, mm, because then I know somebody's already, like, erected, and that person only wants to get, you know, done. So that's something that's, mm, yeah, you are needy, but not me. Unless if I am very needy, I would be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's have a quickie, you know. But I normally don't do that. I normally don't do that because I'm not that needy, to be honest. If I just want to have a, then I will just do it at home in the comfort of my own room by watching sweet corn. So, but yeah, social is very important. Hi, Amit Zapadia. Hola, Walter. Lapis. Okay, caring is love. It's money investing on you, not taking anything back, like buy for you things, stuff that I think fond of. My ex used to buy things for me. He used to be very caring, but he never used to understand me. He used to misunderstand me, and that's one thing that uh that wastes so many of his efforts. He was a good guy. Like on the books, he was really good because he used to wrap the gifts. He wasn't just giving me gifts, but he used to wrap the gifts in a nicely packed papers and gift papers and gift wrappers and stuff, and all that. He used to remember the dates and everything. So yeah, he was a really good guy. We had a great sex as well. Uh, but he used to misunderstand me so many times. Our personality was different. Like, for example, if I was talking something very genuine, he sometimes end up thinking that I have an alternative motive. For example, if I pass a comment, something like, because I have a loud mouth, he's gonna think that I'm trying to put him down, and that's why I'm doing it, to make his confidence bad or something. Even if I'm suggesting him something, sometimes he might think that I'm suggesting him because his good interest is not. Uh, I don't think about his good interest. Basically, that's sometimes he used to think like that, and I felt like no, I'm only trying to think for you because I care for you, and I openly think that if it doesn't, for example, if a shirt doesn't look good on him, I would tell him that it's not, but he might take it wrong, that as if I have alternative motive or something, so that's one bad thing that I did not like about him. So yeah. Sorry, Kala. I'm too much to you, I think. Got mad and I deny. Huh? What was it about? Haya? What did he say? Caring is love. If men investing on you, not taking anything back, like by thing stuff. Hmm. Yeah. So I mean, there are so many forms of love, guys. I think people who would love you doesn't mean that they will be perfect. Okay, they can still make so many mistakes. They can still hurt you. They can still do all that. It doesn't mean they're not gonna love you. So love is easy to find, guys. People can genuinely love you when they're toxic for you. Even narcissists sometimes can genuinely love you, but they're still toxic for you because they're narcissists. It's your job to decide whether you want to be loved like that or not. Okay, that's very important. It's beyond love. So trust me, guys, not everybody is like a devil in disguise. Not everybody who's narcissist, not everybody who's toxic is 100% bad and stuff. People have shades, people have different colors. So even if somebody is not good for you, not compatible for you, somebody has this tendency to, a bad sense of humor which makes you feel down and hurt sometimes, doesn't mean that person doesn't love you. It means that they might not be compatible with you, they're making you feel that way. So what you need to do is decide for yourself whether you want to be in relationship with them, and respect that, yeah, it's okay. You guys, you're not happy with that person, and that's okay. My relationship with my ex, I I loved him and he loved me. And I know he loved me. He wasn't pretending. He was loving me, and he was doing all those effort to show me. But we were our relationship was also making us more sad than happy because of the emotional and the when we were interacting with each other, and there were so many fights, and it wasn't like a bad fight. It was just like a difference of opinions, and it wasn't just the difference of opinions. It was like something that is a that you expect from your partner. Like I expect from my partner to know me as I am, rather than you know misinterpret me all the time as if I have bad intentions for my partner. I don't like it because that's not what I am. I would never have bad intentions for my partner. For example, if I'm talking to somebody else, if I was laughing to somebody else, that doesn't mean that I'm, interested in that person. I'm just being nice. That's part of my personality. And yeah, so you do need a partner who can understand you the way you are and who can still appreciate you the way you are. He can be the best person for in the world, but if he doesn't understand you, or if she doesn't understand you as you are, if she or he doesn't uh, value you as you are, and especially like misunderstands you so often, you feel suffocated, because then you feel cautious, talking to your partner. And you don't want to have a partner who you feel always cautious to talk about anything. You should have a partner who you should be free to talk about anything you want. Even if you're wrong, they can tell you that you are wrong. That's fine, and you can also take it lightly. You know that, oh yeah, your partner's saying you are wrong. That's fine, but they have to tell you that you are wrong in a way that doesn't make them a third person. That still makes them you and them. For example, if I have a partner, if that person is saying, oh no, I don't think that's right, don't do it, maybe think of it this way, what about this, what about I like that type of like that type of, forgetting the words, disagreement or something, that type of disagreement, difference of opinions and stuff. But if somebody's like, shame on you, how can you even know, you can't, you're doing it to annoy me, or you are doing it because you know that, if you do that, that will definitely get back to me, or you're doing it um because you want to teach me a lesson or something like that. Yeah, they're already planning it in their head, and you're thinking like, I honestly did not think like that. I honestly genuinely did something, and if I was wrong, then just tell me that I'm wrong and I will correct it. But don't think that I have an alternative motive to do it, to annoy you or something. I hate it when people think that I have done something that I haven't done. That's one thing that I really find annoying in any relationship. If even at job, if I haven't done something and if I'm getting accused for it, I will make sure that person know what's the truth. And if they still don't get it, I don't want to have anything to do with that person. I don't think I can be civilized in that sense with that person, because I can still be like a civilized person, but I still not choose to be friends with that person. That's all. Because if you can't understand me, and especially if I'm wrong, I'll be on your face, and I will tell you when I'm being a when I'm being a bad person, when I'm even I have been stupid and silly and bad person to some people, and I've showed them on their face who I am and what I'm doing it and why I'm doing it, and whether I'm being selfish, whether I'm being opportunist, whatever I'm being, I will be on your face and show you who I am. You can hate me on my face and I wouldn't mind, but I don't like it when people like think about me that I'm doing it when I'm actually not doing it. So, yeah, I can take it if it's my fault. I will 100% take it. I will appreciate it. I will admit it. I'm fine with that. But I wouldn't like it when I haven't done something and when somebody's accusing me of that, especially that someone is someone who I really care for, who I really call my own. That thing is a no no for me. So, that was a clash. And that's why we are not together. Um, hmm, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Haya. Um, yeah, people come and goes. I would say stay away from guys. Stay away from people who make your life very complicated, who make you question yourselves too much. Too much. Little questioning yourself is fine. But somebody who makes who completely like upside down your world, and you can't be anything like yourself around that person, never go into that relationship, no matter how perfect that person is. All you need is a peace in relationship. If you can't get that, if you can't feel like you can be yourself, at least tiny bit of yourself, if there's something genuinely wrong with you, it's fine, we can always correct it. We can always get to hear this from other people. If we are lazy or something, if we are being wrong, even that person should know, by the way, they should know the way to speak to you about that, rather than accusing you of that, you know because the last thing you want to hear from your partner is when they treat you as if they never know you, and they treat you like a devil. I hate that. Your partner should, like, our parents correct us on so many things, our teachers correct us on so many things, and we become a better person because of that. Up when we are a kid, because our parents corrected us, because our teacher corrected us, and there's nothing wrong. But you need to, but they don't have alternative motive. Like, they're not like, they're not thinking that, oh, you are a bad person and stuff. They're gonna be like teaching you to make you a better person, so their intentions. And that's very important. That's what you need to count. And if your partner is, um if they can't understand you the same way, that's wrong. Let them belly out. Haresh Pai. Hi, Haresh Pai. Hi. Andy, hi again. Andy, what are you talking about? Where are you from, Andy? I can't buy a visa. I'm not working in passport office, unfortunately. Sorry. Guys with PE. What is PE? Do tell me. Guys with PE. What the hell? What is PE? Go on. Do tell me. It's interesting. Could you tell you were a man right away? Huh? Could tell you were a man right away. Oh, good for you. You won the prize. Could tell you're a man. I might be still a man for some people. That's fine. Kantari. Hi. Sorry, I'm too much to. Okay, so I need to forward it. Could I have you time to watch Turkish drama? Would you like me to suggest name? I don't like Turkish dramas, unfortunately. I don't. I'm not into Turkish dramas. I find them too lovey-dovey for my taste. Or yeah, unnecessary emotional and all that. No, I don't watch Turkish dramas, unfortunately. I like I normally watch documentaries, basically. Oh, by the way, guys, I watched Devdas, the Indian movie Devdas, the Shah Rukh Khan, Aishwarya Rai, and Madhuri Dixit one, Devdas, recently. And I watched the I watched Devdas the first time when I was like 15, 14, 15 year old, and I did not enjoy it that time. I only watched at that time. I only watched it for dresses and makeup and everything. What girls usually watch it for. Uh, but recently, when I watched it, and that time I did not enjoy it. It wasn't for my taste. I thought it was very sad. It was very boring and dragging and all that. But now that I watched, I literally cried watching that movie. Seriously, I felt like, what? I, my taste has changed so much. It's strange. It's really strange. Like, now I can focus less on dresses and makeup, and even though that is lovey-dovey, But that's like a real emotions. They're not just like two people love and all that. It's mostly like societal stuff that I really, which is believable societal stuff. You know, how certain decisions can make your, can shape your life and stuff. So yeah. Village guy. Hello, I am from. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, I didn't know they were called quick. They were called PE. Okay. Sometimes I like the guys who shoot quick. Depends how much I am in hurry. Um, but I like guys. I don't mind. I don't honestly. I don't mind that. I don't mind the size. For me, size doesn't matter as long as it's not under 4 inches. Um, for me, size doesn't matter. What matters is like how good I feel with you, intimately and otherwise. A lot of people are so good with the foreplay, you don't even think about anything else, you know. And a lot of guys are so much obsessed with the size and everything, you know. Probably that's what some women tells them and stuff, but trust me guys, so many women, they long for guys who actually know what they want. uh they long for guys who know the skills, and not the that skill only, the all over skill, like, you know, foreplay and stuff. That's very important. You can have a timing for 2 minutes, but what you can do the rest of the time with your tongue, that counts. You can make someone so ready that when you finally get to those 2 minutes, it will feel like world ages, you know. That's very important. Rahul Singh. Hi Rahul. If you believe me, I'm so resemble of Aishwarya, and this people has told me since my teen, but now yes, I'm getting and feeling old. Even Aishwarya is got old, so what? Everybody old, ages. It's okay. And wow, so you looked Aishwarya like Aishwarya. That's good, beautiful. So you are very beautiful. Um, Rahul Singh. Hi Rahul. I like that name. I always like that name, Rahul, for some reason. If you believe, okay, no, I read that one. Okay, joke apart, I'm not done. So I have heard on my face, which I. Oh, you have beer on face. I'm planning to take it off once it's off. Everyone, no, I think it's the time coming out. Then you can't hide yourself. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Trust me. By the way, who knows? After like after some more time and after the laser sessions, they can actually say, "Wow, how come Ash is in our country? Are you on holiday, Ash?" Oh, that's good. They might take your interview and stuff and be like, "Can I have a picture of you?" Do you, what's your follow button? What's, oh, guys, don't ask me that on YouTube. No, it's so awkward to talk about it on YouTube. No, that's more of a OnlyFans material, and I haven't made OnlyFans yet, so don't ask me that on YouTube. Unfortunately, guys, no. I can show myself here. You're beautiful. I also like Rahul name. I don't know why, but name Arjun. Arjun and Rahul. Arjun Rampal was so handsome, by the way, you know. Go on, Haya. Show me the picture. Now you made me curious. Show me the picture on display. Or maybe do it next time if you can't do it right now. Um, but yes, I would never use my face for that. Like people go for TikTok now, and I want to live hidden. Oh, bless you. But if you got a face like Ashwarya, you can't be hidden for so long. You're depriving the world of such beauty. Don't do it. Um, my favorite actress was, like, in the new terms, who I actually genuinely found really beautiful. That was Dia Mirza. I really found her very beautiful. Yeah, very beautiful. She was, yeah, like a Barbie doll. Um, but who I was attracted to, obviously males, and yeah, there were plenty of them. Plenty of them. How much time you have? Let's do it on next time live, Haya, because I think I'll be leaving soon. That's why. Guys, if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe, including the one who called me a man. Please do subscribe. Your smile is amazing. Thank you, Ned. Thank you. But yes, I never use my face for that. Like people, mm-hmm. I know a lot of people go on TikTok nowadays and doing all sort of crazy stuff. I'm not. I don't find TikTok interesting because I think I can't be personal on TikTok. It's too sensitive. TikTok audience is too sensitive, to be honest. Too sensitive, too woke as well. Either too woke or either too extreme, and that's what I don't like. It's so difficult to find a normalcy on TikTok. That's why I'm on YouTube, thinking that I might end up finding normalcy here, which is difficult even on YouTube because. But anyway, still fine. Thank you, Ned, if you subscribe. Mwah. Trust if you are thin in hair and do resemble Dia. No, I don't want to look like Dia. I don't want to look like Dia. I want to look like myself. I don't want to look like Dia Mirza. But I like Dia Mirza because I find her very beautiful, very good looking. I don't look anything like her, and I don't want to look like her or anything like that. I have my own personality and which is very different from her. But I like her. I like her. I think she's very pretty. That's why I used to think. I don't think I ever wanted to look like an actress. No. I would never wanted to look like an actress. I'm yeah, I'm fine the way I think about myself. I can't imagine myself looking like someone else. Mm, yeah. Because I get bored. I get bored so much of looking at one thing at a time, all the time. That's why I don't want to look like anyone. I honestly, no matter how beautiful the girl is, I would always get bored of looking at the picture of her or looking like her. So I like I like myself because this way I can I can just you know not look at myself as much, and I wouldn't get bored as much with my looks because the prettier you are, the chances are that you will have most of the people who are very good looking, they have one type of look which is very pretty, very beautiful and all that. Of course they can have different hairstyles and everything, but because their look become so overpowering, and after some time someone can get bored of it, and I normally can get bored of it. So that's why I don't want to look that beautiful or like that many people. So I'm fine. The less addicted I am to anything, the better it is for me and for others. You look Iranian beauty because I'm living in Arab country and it's between Egypt and Tunisia. Oh, Iranian. I, I think most Pakistani Indian and Iranian I think look same kind of. Uh, I think so. Mm-hmm. I think. Oh, Rana Tere Dil Mein, yes, that was really good movie. I think yeah, one thing that I like Dia for is that because we have nostalgia with her. I have nostalgia with her movies. I used to live in Dubai at that time in 2000s when her movies were coming in. Her and Imran Hashmi and Madhav and all that. So you look like blonde men, blonde men, blonde men. Where do you get that from? Blonde. I have dark hair and you're saying blonde. Who's blonde man, by the way? Don't even know. The much prettiness is also bad. Yep, I agree with it. Hide your person. Hmm. Yep. Ellen Borges. Hello, I'm from Brazil. Hi from Brazil. Hi, what is your star sign, by the way? Border of Egypt and Tunisia. Okay, that's lovely. Border of Egypt and Tunisia. So, what made you live there, by the way? It's such a beautiful place, by the way. You live in a very wonderful place. So, if I come to visit Egypt, for example, or Tunisia, um, if you tell me what, not right now, whenever you feel comfortable, maybe you can just tell me the city, and maybe I'll come for a visit, and we can hang out. Because a lot of people from UK they go on holidays to Egypt and Tunisia as well. I had a plan with my ex to go to Tunisia, but we settled down to Rome. You just without makeup and look full, and what if you go with makeup? I think, thank you. Thank you, Haya. Let's have something. Okay, like what, Bishal? What do you want to have? Ned, what if you like? What if I like? Hmm? I don't know. What do I like? One lesson from that movie. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Like, yeah, I would do the same. Like, Rehna Tere Dil Mein, the movie ending shouldn't be like that. I think she should have dumped him and accepted the new guy, the actual guy she was supposed to marry, which was Saif Ali Khan. I would, if I was her, I would have picked him. I think a lot of people were saying that, but I think it was that era when people used to have certain type of imagination, so they thought of it, and that's why they chose that ending. But that was very strange ending. I would never wanted her to go back to Madhavan. Okay, well, peekaboo from me. Jess, anyway. Hi, Jess. How are you? Jess Gray. Lovely to see you. You have some jobs to get done. Oh, bless you. Jack, hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Hi, Han. My star is Libra. Born September 23rd. What's your? I'm an Aries. Hi. By the way, you know that Libra, I thought it would be similar because Libras and Aries, they say they are very opposite to each other. Hmm. But that's nice to know, to be honest. We are getting along fine. I like it. Oh, Vishal, you want oral. Ha ha ha. That's fine. Hi, Jesse. That's why I wasn't talking and I had to jump out for a little bit anyway. Oh, bless you, Jesse. Great. But at least you said hi. Hi, how are you doing? Well, I know now you're doing good and you're busy, so don't worry. I understand. Bishal, yes, you can absolutely get my number if you figure out where it is written. Hiya, Jack is remember from Titanic. Yeah, that's yeah. I love Titanic's actress as well. She was very pretty. Kate Winslet, very pretty. Rose. Can I ask you a question? Of course, Jack. You can ask me any question you like. So, where can I get it? Bishal, that's for you to find out where you can get it. You seem very interesting. What is your channel about? My channel is about anything, to be honest. I'm just bored. Guys, I'm just bored. That's why I was talking. Well, the live stream was about transition and old age and lonely life. That's what the live stream was about. But I think we have covered similar type of topics which give us some sort of reflection that how can the life be, how the aging is and stuff. So we discussed that. So it somehow reflected it. Yes. Do you shave your body hair? I don't have body hair. I do have tiny bit hairs, like how women have their hair sometimes on their legs. They shave their legs. I don't normally shave. What I do is I trim, and they're fine. I only have to trim like once in 4 months or something, a little bit, and that's it. Because they're not like hair. They're just peach fuzz. Mm, you seem very interesting. Okay. I run a jungle anyway. Hey, Leo. It's my star. Ah, so you're Leo. That's why. That's why you're Leo and Aries. Yeah, we have so much common as well. I mean, that's what star signs say. But how Haya is, it looks like we have so many similarities. And she's Libra sign anyway. Hey, well, only because the conversation come up anyway. Oh, bless you. Leo is good. I like Leo. Leos are always fun to be around. Interesting. Um, I do believe in love at first sight. मुझे कई दफा हुआ है. Yeah, I do believe in love at first sight. When I was a kid, when I was like 10-year old, 9 or 10-year old, I had love at first sight by when I went to buy some toast and bread from a bakery, and there was a young guy working in that bakery, and I was like 9 and 10, and I instantly had a first love at first sight with him. I felt like I've known him from my past life or something. And every time he used to go from my street, I used to be like, oh my god, how can I tell him I'm the one he's looking for? He never knew about me. He never knew about me, and I always kept it hidden inside me. I had so strong feelings for him. I don't know whether you call it childhood crush or something, but it was love at first sight for me, and I wanted to just keep it inside without telling. Yeah, but that guy, mm. Well, can go all the way skydiving. Skydiving. Oh my god, skydiving. Yeah, that's too much fun. That's called too much fun. Skydiving. I don't know. I'm not scared of heights, but skydiving is. It's not in my bucket list though. Mm, well, so far not, but who knows? Why do you want to know that, Bishal? If I have hair on my private area. By the way, if you know a little bit about biology, you should know that everybody, literally everybody, whether they are male and female, everyone literally have naturally pubes. They do. Whether you decide to shave it or keep it or not keep it or wax it or laser it, whatever, but naturally you would have it. Everybody, if you're a human, you would have it. That's one thing whether you decide to keep it or not. So that's just about some information that I can give you when you ask me about if I have it or not. Mm, Jack, this is inappropriate. Appropriate. Okay. It's alright, Jack, but just like biology. Biology. Yeah. Can you imagine like the irony? I have to speak about biology while being trans when a lot of people ask me the question about, oh, according to biology, you're a man. Um, Michael Greco, what country are you from and what is your name? Been asked that question so many times, and today I don't feel like in the mood to answer that. My name is Kola, by the way. Yeah, true. Hey, hi, Mikey, Celaya, Jesse. Well, I'm really easygoing anyway. I know Leos are very easygoing. One thing I like about Leo, they can take a joke. I like that. As long as that joke is not about them, because they get really like touchy when the joke is about them. Um, Outlaw. Hi, Outlaw. Ned, do you still remember? But you still remember. I still remember what, Ned? Okay, Jesse. Well, me anyway on that subject, love. Okay, well, I have to go. The flow of what happens anyway. Yes, I know. Well, you are brave though. I'm not yet that brave to try like you know skydiving and stuff, but brave. I do have. I just like crush or like, but it can't be love. I can share a story. I like one man. He is matured man. I put a number on his shop shelter at them, and he used to call me and talk to me. Ooh, that's brave as well, Haya. That's brave. Brave of you to leave your number. I can never. Honestly, I'm not trying to be like dainty and that type. But honestly, like that's brave. That is brave. I like that. Jack Hagen. Who here has body hair? Okay, guys. Jack is asking to all of us, I guess. Um, Jesse Gray. But it would most definitely be Rush anyway, really. Huh? Most definitely Rush. Okay. I come here when I was 3 months old here in Arabia country and I still here. I see, Haya. Okay. So you must know the language then. Do you speak Arabic as well then? Or Egyptian Arabic? I don't know what language they use there. Jesse Gray. To the person asking question, okay, just keep it respectful. Hey, yeah, thank you, Jesse. Thank you for correcting that person. Okay, hi Khan. This kind of guys have hair in their head. Oh, less. Hi Khan, just they're just nagging. Oh, Jack, don't mind, guys. Guys, it's okay. Jack doesn't have any bad intentions. I know, Jack. Don't worry. Okay, hiya. What you know about Libra? What do I know about? What do I know about Libra? Okay, what do I know about Libra? One thing I can tell about Libra, and that is from the star sign, guys. So your personal life experiences could be different. So one thing I can say, Libra really care how people perceive them. They really care about that. Um, yeah, they can be really caring how people perceive them. They think a lot in that sense. They're smart people, by the way. They're attractive. They're smart people, but they do care. And again, it can be like they can overcome it at some point because because they really care how people perceive them. it makes them and motivates them to work on themselves and present themselves in a very dainty and nice way, basically. Um, so yes, Libras are like in that sense, and that's why they're very opposite to Aries, which is me, because I like when how people perceive them. I would like to be perceived nicely. Of course, I'm not gonna lie that I don't like it. I don't give a damn at all. No, I like when people perceive me right way, but I wouldn't do something to make myself better to, and which is the wrong thing as well about me. If I don't have certain charm about myself, I wouldn't be trying to pretend that I have that to make people like me or love me. Like if I have a weakness, I'll show my weakness to the person whether they like me or not. Whereas compared to Libra, if if they have something like for example, if they have even a spot, they will try to hide it or cover it from people because they don't want to be seen in that negative light by people. And again, I'm not saying about all Libras out there, but I'm talking about because Libra care how people perceive them, that can affect them. Of course, you can overcome it, but people's perception is important for Libra. Um, and it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because it gives you a chance to improve yourself. It makes you present the best version of yourself. But for Aries, it's a bit daunting because we are a bit laid back in that sense. We are a bit carefree in that sense. So when it comes to beauty, Libra is very polished beauty. When it comes to Aries, Aries is a raw beauty because we don't literally like give as much of care uh, to us as well. Whereas Libra, they do give themselves, they do give some care to themselves. I mean, most of the time it's because of the perception of people and because they have certain standards and stuff, which is a nice thing. So yeah, I give you that. That's a lovely quality to have, which I lack, for example. Hi Jim. Yes, I'm trans Jim. Hi Khan. What okay, I've said that one. One of my friend, he was Leo by the way, and he did the same thing. He spoke to few people because he has a very girly voice, and he even like made it more girly and spoke to normal people and have flirts and chats with them. It was fun. And then he was telling me like, oh, they're sending gifts and now they want to meet me. What am I gonna do? Send me your pictures. I'll show your picture and my voice. How is that? I'll like never use my picture for that purpose. So that was fun. It's Leo. Leos are fun. There is so much drama around them. I like it. Haya Khan. Yes, I can speak in Arabic. Wow. I like it that you can speak so many languages now that you're speaking in English, you speak your own language, Urdu or Hindi, and then now you can speak Arabic as well. Fantastic. Jesse Gray, really okay if you were to go skydiving. Okay, well that's that would be rushed. That's what I was trying to explain to you anyway. I know like skydiving. I get it why you were saying rush by the way. For me like skydiving is an experience. I know it's a quick experience like because you're all you have to do is to go in the helicopter or plane whatever, and then you have to have a parachute and jump from there. But and it's obviously going to be rushed because you're panicking at the same time. You are so much preparation going on and stuff, so many rules to follow and all that, and then all of a sudden yeah. So I can imagine it's a good experience once you have done it. It's a really good experience once you have done it, because that's a great feeling that you have achieved and overcome something, and you have challenged the life and you survived, and you are, yeah, it's so much. And maybe that experience stays with you for the rest of your life. I think that's great thing, but I don't think I'm ready for it right now. Even if it is a rough rush experience, but still. Tell me something about you as an Aries. As an Aries people, they lose interest very quickly, but they gain interest also very quickly. The thing is, my problem is I'm not just Aries. I'm a cusp. I'm an Aries Pisces cusp, which means I'm half Pisces, half Aries, or somewhat Pisces and somewhat Aries. So it's a completely opposite personality, and that's why I'm even more confused than a normal Aries, and I'm more contradicting than a normal Aries. I can be so angry and so cool in 1 minute that you would feel like you're talking to a different person. I can be that way. I can ghost people and I can be obsessed with people with just one word of their from them. I'm that type of Aries. So I think it's a weird combination. So I don't know. Don't want to talk much about that. That makes me really like, no. Do you really want to blab about me to blab about myself and giving you all my bad uh, qualities out? No, don't. One thing good about Aries is they're passionate. That's all, and lazy. Passionate and lazy. Strange combination again, right? Where the passion and where is lazy. Strange. Usually passionate people are not lazy, but we are. You tried actually. You get Rascola. Yeah, Desi Paki. Maybe one day I'll dress Desi Paki Day in dress. Maybe next live stream I'll try it. Yes, I love clothing my house. Room's tidy and has place. That's perfect. That's wonderful. We Libra, little crazy. We need balance. Aren't we all crazy, huh? It's okay. But to be honest, your crazy is much better than so many other people's crazy. You're still more organized when you're crazy than other people. Um, oops, I can't. You can't compromise on hygiene. Yes, me too. Mm-hmm. Hygiene is very important. When I'm talking about lazy, it's mostly about like looking after in the sense of dressing and stuff. But hygiene is very important. That's always a must. Okay, PPS. Okay, I'm getting stormed by text messages. Oh, bless you, Jesse. See you again next time. Don't worry. It was nice of you to come by the way, Miss Leo. Hi Khan. Yes, sometimes people thinking does matter. I do give importance to others. Yes, natural. We both gang hang and rock in Tunisia. So is it that easy to cross border between Egypt and Tunisia, huh? But I bet you must have really nice beaches there. I don't know if you live the area where or city where the beach is, but they have great beaches in Tunisia and Egypt. Where Diosat? Hi, where my Diosat? Arabic, English, Urdu, Hindi, little bit Turkish. Wow, so many languages. Wow. I love your earring. You like my earrings? Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Be careful, Haya, with that man. Arman Mullah. Where are you from? I'm from Bangladesh. Hi, Arman Mullah. And nice welcome you from Bangladesh. I'm talking to other guys on phone. Actually, I discover myself, and it helps me. It helps you in both sense. Okay, talking to other guys on phone is fun. Okay, that's good. That means you have a really passing voice as well. Fantastic. Where are you from? I'm from Bangladesh. Arman, UK. From UK. All right, guys. I need to go. It's been 3 hours and 55 minutes. That's the longest live. Well, I don't think it's the longest, but still long live. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe so you can join the next live stream whenever I do. Look after yourself, guys. Take care and bye bye. Oh, that's why you're directed to men. Okay. Hi, Michael. Hammernick. Uh, Gotcha. Hi. Oh, thank you. I know it's 3 hours and 55 minutes, guys. So it's 4 hours live stream. Mm-hmm. Look after yourself. Lovely talking to you all. I'm tired. My throat is definitely tired. And yeah, look after yourself. Bye. Mwah. Please do subscribe and like. Mwah.